Hey everybody. Sorry for the delay. Yeah, I was just running a little bit late there. I actually put the wrong start time in the when I was setting it up. I put in 8:15 instead of 8:30. But anyway, I'm here. Welcome everybody. So we are I am here on myself. I think I had this all. Okay, sorted. Anyway, so we're here for a chat about everything that's been going on. I think it's about time that we kind of got it all put to bed. I've got Miss Mandy here with me. Welcome, Miss Mandy,
Hey,
and thank you so much for agreeing to come on with a view to kind of getting some of this stuff sorted out.
absolutely.
So, so just for anybody who's watching who doesn't know the background or whatever about yourself and Adam, because I suppose a lot of this, most of this, kind of stems from all of that. Can you? And actually, yeah, that's a really good point. Sorry, real quick. For everybody in the side chat, I just ask everybody. I'm okay with people sharing their views and everything, but just be respectful in doing so, if you wouldn't mind. And for mods and stuff, if somebody disagrees with you or whatever, don't time anybody out. Just ignore things that you don't like, basically. So anyway, if you wanted to, I just wanted to give you an opportunity to give a brief bit of background and stuff like that, if you'd like to kind of explain your connection to everything and how this all came about.
Okay, not sure how this drama and not everything came about, but uh, we met in this community, and I was a producer, content creator, and he was a medium sized content creator. We met a while back, and uh, started dating and dated for a while. Broke up a couple months ago, um, and that's we had an internet relationship. We never met in person or anything like that.
Okay, so and then obviously with everything that happened when when he ended up in hospital and subsequently passed away, and then following that, that's where all of this stuff started coming out from.
Right.
Um, like I obviously had known that you guys were in some kind of relationship, but I wasn't, too involved in anything or didn't have any prior knowledge of it. Really, just like like I knew it was going on, but I didn't know how deep it was or whatever. That was, between yourselves or whatever.
Right.
Um, so that brings us to some of the things that have been kind of coming out over the past couple of weeks. Stuff that I've been sent, stuff that you'd been sent, um, comments about particular things that happened or didn't happen. And, obviously I've presented my side of it already. You've presented what you responded to the other night. And now it's kind of like this is the opportunity to actually talk about these individual things, in a calm way and just to explain what's right and what's not, because I think people need to know. I think it's only fair.
Yeah. But
Um,
I do want to say I'm very sorry for what happened in Discord the other night. I got upset. Um, I haven't been sleeping well because of everything, and I let my emotions get to me. And I'm
Yeah,
very
I do
sorry.
that too. I go off the handle as well. Like it happens. It's I'm kind of known for it at times. But so anyway, to I suppose to kick things off, there's a few different screenshots and stuff that I've been given over the past couple of weeks and have kind of verified and all the rest of it. And there's a little bit to go through, but I suppose we'll start off. One of the ones that came up, that I found to be, actually, when I first saw it, it didn't really strike me as problematic at all. And then when I actually went out to see him, that's when I was kind of thinking about, hold on a sec, I didn't see the evidence of this at the time. And then obviously his mom had said some stuff about it last night. I'll bring it up on the screen now. So it's this one here. So I was sent these screenshots of messages from you. So I think the bottom one is the older one, and the second one is the follow up message. So that one says Adam is in brain surgery right now.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
then the follow up was it went well and he's showing better brain activity. So can you explain where that came from?
absolutely. Yes. And I have a couple of screenshots to go with this, I think. I couldn't
Sure.
get logged into my Facebook Messenger on this computer. I'm sorry. But I had talked to his sister who said that he was having surgery to relieve some pressure um, on the brain, but that I I took I took that and ran with it. So that is on me completely. Um, I called that brain surgery, and that was wrong of me to call that brain surgery.
And
So
like you're welcome to share anything that you feel, backs anything up or whatever.
sure, she called it going into. We got to go into surgery. She called it something different than that. Um, see. I think this is it here. It's ready for you to
Oh
pull
yeah,
up.
I see it there.
I think that's it. Forgive me if they're out of order.
It's a little bit small.
Oh, here, let me see if I can zoom in. Maybe not. Oh, sorry. Maybe that will help a little. Nope, it didn't. Okay. No? Okay. Sorry. Um, does that help or no?
I actually can't really see them. It's a bit. Actually, hold on. I might be able to make it large
Sorry.
on my screen. Oh yeah. Okay. Cool. So are these in order or?
From left to right, the right one's not supposed to be there.
Oh, the far right one. That's okay. And so where are we looking at here?
Far left, next 24 hours will be critical to see if he pulls through, but he's very ill. Um, I think she called it going into. I wish I could remember what they call it over there. It wasn't going into surgery, but um,
So,
I missed the call
oh,
from her. She asked if she could call, and said yes, and we spoke. Um, that's where she explained that he was on a ventilator. Uh,
so it said there he has a lot of his bowel removed. So if he does pull through, then he'll be in hospital for a long time. He's currently on a ventilator, and will be for some time. Thank you for your prayers. Um. So did she call you at this point?
she did. I missed her call, and I called her back. Um,
It's just I'm not seeing the return call there anywhere.
um, I I don't know what to say. Um, we talked for I don't know how long. We talked for a while, about 45 minutes or so. Where she
Okay.
explained everything that was going on. At that point, she told me that it was an overdose, not to tell anyone that it was an overdose. I did tell you in confidence that it was an overdose. I think the family shared with you that
Yeah,
you could share that. Um,
that's right.
he went back to
Um.
surgery yesterday, which went well. He's still on life support, but at this time he's stable.
So no more updates. He's still stable. So
Sorry, this is
so I
still
guess
very difficult to read.
no, of course. No, I totally understand. So I guess the phone call, the return phone call not being there kind of raises questions there.
I just can't get into my Facebook Messenger. I'm sorry. I tried to log in too many times and it says that I'm locked out now
Okay.
for 24 hours.
So just to kind of to look at that a little bit. So
Oh, sorry. I'll log back into it. My bad.
oh no, you're all good. I'm just gonna bring up his mom's message that says, "Hi Mandy, this," and we'll refer back to this a couple of times, and you can let us know, what you think on that. This is Adam's mom, Lynn. Even though this is an extremely upsetting time for me and my family, you leave no option but to ask some questions. Could you tell me when we invited you to come to the hospital and then uninvited you, because I cannot recall having any such conversation. We'll get to all that here in a minute. So number 2, there was no time when Adam was in hospital that he was having brain surgery, and
right, that was wrong to speak up on my part to say that.
okay. And as for my conversation with her yesterday, she said that the only conversation between all of you had been mostly with his sister and all through text.
No, it wasn't all through text. We had 2 conversations on voice.
So could you just share your one there again, if you don't mind?
Let me pull it up here and see if I can show you the return phone call.
Sure.
It was a video chat. Can you see where we had a video chat right there? There's her name. There's the video chat.
And was it how many minutes? 19 minutes, is that?
Yes, it is.
Cool. Alrighty. Yeah, that's grand. Okay. So are you saying it was during that video chat that she said about the brain surgery, or what you took to be brain surgery?
Pressure. Yeah, and I that's on me that I took that and ran with that, and I am sorry.
Okay. Oh no, but that's fair enough, and that's what this is all for, so that we can get to the bottom of everything and get that all kind of squared away.
And I haven't gotten that message from Linda. I don't have any message from Linda. I do have a message from his sister, and I got a message directly from Adam's account.
Yeah, so the message from his account was from his mom.
Okay.
All right. So I'm just trying to remember which one is which. Okay, so this one here, so this conversation, it says, be sure I would have been there holding his hand when he passed. They asked me to come. So who asked you to come?
I don't remember saying that, but apparently I did.
And so the response was, did they really? That's so sweet of them. And then you said that you were together for 2 years and that you didn't have a passport.
My passport is expired. I have one. It's just expired.
Gotcha. And then they said that sucks. The only thing holding you back was paper. And then that's fine. So that was the first one. And then for some reason these are saved out of order, but I'll get back to where I need to be. I suppose I'll just kind of figure it out as I go here. But one of them, you had said to another person that you'd spent your last couple of bucks on a plane ticket to get out of there. To get out there. This was the second part. This was the second part here. So it says, that's terrible. Did his fam try to help you get a passport? They sounded pretty supportive. No, they were really poor. So did you approach them?
I meant to say are. I meant to say are, because they are.
Okay. And so you said, so did you approach them about a passport or anything, or is that just you were telling that person that?
No, they are really poor. They are. They don't have a lot of money. They live, in a single wide in a.
No, but I guess what I'm asking is, I guess what I'm asking is, had you approached them about getting a passport or anything?
No, I had no
Okay.
reason.
Okay. No, that's, I was just clearing up because I wasn't sure whether that person was asked, sorry, whether the response was that you didn't ask them or that they couldn't because they didn't have the money. That's the only thing I was trying to find out that. Um, so then this part is quite important. So it says, at least you realize you couldn't go before you booked a flight. And then they asked, when did his family turn on you? And you said they never did. And you were saying that, or sorry, the person responded to you saying, you said they are telling me to kill myself. I thought you meant Adam's family. And then you confirmed, you said Shiz's people.
Yes, for days.
And now I understand you mentioned that you didn't want to talk about her because of, well, I'll let you explain it because I don't want to put words in your mouth, obviously. So,
I really can't talk about it for legal reasons.
okay. Um, okay, I think this was the next one. All right, so somebody messaged you saying, I've been thinking of you today. I hope your flight goes smoothly. What flight would that have been? That was on the 18th of January.
Yeah, I've been looking for this conversation. I can't find this conversation, oddly enough. And why would
I
I
think
book a
this
flight
is,
if my passport is expired?
I don't know.
Yeah, it
I
doesn't make
mean,
much sense. I think a lot of people have sent us stuff back and forth that are both altered.
so
And
are you suggesting that this is altered?
I'm just saying, I think people have sent us both things that are altered and thrown
So
together. And
this one came directly from the person. I
I'm
certainly didn't
sure it
alter it,
did.
but if that's the case, that would indicate that this person was the one that actually altered it.
I can't find this conversation at all.
Okay. So when I saw the screen share of this conversation live on Discord, I don't see a way that that could be altered. Now, it might be a case that you just can't find it on your end. Like if you were to go into Discord right now and look up this person, would you be able to find it?
I couldn't find where I've had a private conversation with this person. I've talked to her live in chats many times, like
Yeah, she
in
mentioned that actually. Yeah.
live streams many times.
So the response here says the family just told me I was not to come. And
Yeah.
then they said, what the fuck? And then you said, I'm just absolutely crushed. And then the response is, this is not right. He needs people who care about him. I don't understand how they could deny him this. And then the response is, I don't know. They told me I am the ex. I shouldn't be there, but they would keep me updated. And then we've only been broken
All
up 2
that
weeks.
that's all true. 2 weeks is not accurate.
So this would have been back on the 18th of January. So that would have put the breakup date at about kind of the first week of January.
No, it was more like September,
September.
October, something like that.
Okay. And so what is your contention on this then? Do you think this is fake or altered or whatever?
All I'm saying is I can't find this conversation.
Okay. And do you have any recollection of the conversation or?
No.
Okay. Um,
I think
all
she's
right.
a sweet
That's
person from what I've talked to her, but
oh yeah, absolutely. Okay, so again, this was on the 15th. Said, I'm sorry I missed your stream. It was 4 a.m. here. I was still sleeping. I'm not sure what's going on with you and Adam, but have you heard from him in the last day or so? He made a post on Discord that seemed to hint at maybe being in a suicidal headspace. Then you said, I can't get a hold of him either. I have tried, several people have reached out to me. She said, okay, thanks. I'll keep trying. How are you doing? Sorry, are you doing? Hope you're doing well. And then on the
can you slow
16th,
down? I'm sorry, just a little
oh,
bit.
sorry, my apologies. So on the 16th, it shows you here saying they are pulling him off life support.
That doesn't even make any sense for me to say.
But
Well,
did you say it or?
well, if I don't remember the conversation, Demon, why would I not
No, I
admit
know,
to that?
but like if you think back to
The
You know,
16th? That was just
the
3 days.
16th of January, yeah.
That no,
So are
like
we talking this is fake or this is
I'm telling you, I don't.
like, would you be willing in the interest of, and you can say no if you want to, I can't force you, but would you be willing in the interest of transparency to go on your Discord right now and look for this person's name in private chats and see if you can find it?
I want to bury this. That's what I want to do.
And this is the way forward. Like, if we can find the receipts from your end, because from everything I've seen, and I am thorough, everything I've seen is that this is absolutely a real conversation.
Okay. Well, I don't have any record of it.
So are you able to get into your Discord right now and search it?
I'm not pulling my Discord up on
No, you don't have to put it on
stream
the screen, but if you go and
because I
type it
don't
in.
want to pull up other messages. Let me see.
So like, so can I just ask, like,
Ho,
prior
ho,
to,
go
oh
ahead.
sorry, my apologies.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, prior to January the 15th, 2024, other than voice calls, have you ever had contact with this person, or
Yeah, we've talked in his stream a bunch of times.
what about on Discord or whatever?
Private chats? I don't have
Yeah.
any record of a private chat with her.
Okay. So if you search it on Discord,
Let me
you're
do
not
that
gonna, yeah.
again.
Is the first message here was from the 23rd of the 10th, 2023. And the person in the side chat there just said that she's Australian as well, so it's Australian time on her messages.
Like, I'm pretty sure, and I don't want to throw anything out there, but I'm pretty sure this was his current girlfriend,
His
if
which?
I'm correct. This was his current girlfriend, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not. I'm not.
I haven't got a clue, honestly.
Okay. Okay. So I do have a conversation with her.
Okay, good.
And I searched for this before the stream and I could not find it.
Ah, that's all. I'm like, personally, I'm useless with Discord, so I definitely feel that. I remember this being live scrolled in calls and stuff like that. That's how I know, as far as I could see, that it was real. But I understand if you couldn't find it. But have you been able to find it now, or?
Yes, I've got it. I'm not
Okay.
pulling it up, however.
Oh no, that's okay. That's okay. But you accept that the what I'm showing you here is legit.
Apparently.
Okay, cool. So
And
and because this was a big thing, the whole life support side of things. So where did that come from?
well, his sister told me in that call that they were debating um, doing that, and they were discussing that as an option, pulling him off life support. She did not say they were doing it. She did say they were
Okay.
discussing it as an option.
Because
So
now, just to clarify for anybody who doesn't know, how it all works and stuff. I'm not in the UK, obviously. I'm in Ireland, but in the United Kingdom, the family doesn't have a say.
I didn't
It's
know
the
that.
doctors that make those decisions, and that's why I'm kind of confused about why they would be discussing it. Well, obviously, it could come up in conversation, but as for them having the power to actually talk about, being the ones to make a decision to pull the plug or whatever, that's not how it works in the UK. It also is not how it works here in Ireland. I know in the States it's obviously a bit different. Um, but in any event, so you're
She
saying
did
that
say
it
they were
was.
discussing that as an option.
So when you
Um,
say that, can I just ask for clarification on that? Do you mean that like it was one of many options like that? So just to give an example,
yes,
if she was to say something like, they're saying he might get better, they're saying he might need, long-term care, they're saying he might need to stay on life support, they're
I
saying
didn't.
he might have to be taken off life support. So like just in like that kind of a scenario where they give.
I don't know, to be honest.
Okay, okay. Um, All right. So following from that, the next message was from you saying, so this morning his kidneys have shut completely down, which I can confirm was absolutely true. So if he were to make it, which that's not likely, he would have to be on dialysis for the rest of his life. And that may well be true. I spoke to them at that same time, and that was much the same information that I had, that they just didn't know how he was going to be following, the surgeries and stuff. And then she said, "That's awful. I really hope they try to save him." Now, this is the part that I know that Adam's mom particularly took offense to, and
Can I ask
was,
you a question?
of course, of course.
Why did you take this drama to the family during this
I
really
didn't.
bad time?
I didn't actually take it to the family.
Who took it to the family then? Because it was just me and you
I
that had contact with them.
Yeah, but everybody was aware of everything that was going on. So, for example, I was sent this screenshot. So
Yeah.
obviously you had been talking to people about his situation, and a lot of people took issue with what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
And it was brought to me,
Mm-hmm.
and it was his mom called me about it. And there's a lot of people who confirm this in the side chat who I've been speaking to, can confirm that I wanted to keep this as far away from his family as possible. So last night was the first conversation I ever had with his mother about all of this. I didn't even know she was aware. She actually was more aware than I had known. So I didn't bring it to them. They contacted me about it.
They never contacted me about it before last night.
I can't speak to that. I don't have any, you know what I mean? I don't know what any of that was about. But in any event, um,
Mm.
they're aware of it
Skipping
now
right past
anyway.
that
And
drama part, huh?
let's just keep it civil now, okay? I'm trying to answer your
Oh,
questions
I'm
too.
keeping
I
it civil. I just think that's
take a deep breath.
horrible.
I've directly explained to you exactly how it worked. You obviously have a different view of it. You can take what I say as truth or not. That's fine by me. You
Directly
asked me a
how
question.
what worked. I'm sorry.
I literally just told you I don't know the ins and
Okay.
outs of how they got all the information. That's it's as simple as that. I don't know.
Okay.
And all I can tell you is that I was contacted by his mom last night. We had a lengthy discussion about it. She had a lot of questions and she had a lot of comments. And that's all I can tell you.
And
Honestly, so there's no deflecting. I'm not trying to skip past anything. And in fairness, I was already asking you this question before you asked me about that, but I still answered it. And that's the answer I have for you. And it's up to yourself if you want to accept it. I totally get that.
okay.
So just back to the life support thing. So Shisha said, "That's awful. I really hope they try to save him." And then you responded, "Honestly, I do too. But his mom is pushing to pull him off life support." So if you could just explain that part to us.
Okay. Sister said that his mom was his full time carer, and this was going to be a large burden on her as she was fully disabled herself, and that uh, it was going to be a tough decision to her for her. um, and that it was going to be uh, just a very hard thing to decide to keep him on life support. And ultimately, they did pull him off life support.
Well, can I ask where you got that information from? That last bit that you just said.
I don't. I I honestly don't remember this conversation, so I'm really muddling my
No, no,
way
but
through it.
I'm sorry. What I meant was what you just said, like right now, that ultimately they pulled him off life support. Where did that information come from?
Well, like you said, you've been told lots of things in the community, so have I. My friends,
Okay.
family.
That doesn't make it true, obviously. That's why we're here. I'm just wondering where you heard it from.
So you're saying
Um,
it's not true?
I never said that. I'm only asking you where you heard it from. That's all. And just the thing that's still confusing me about that conversation is, well, first of all, I was told directly by the family that that conversation, in the way you're describing it, didn't happen. That there was no conversation about life support other than he's on life support and that he might require it for longer. The other thing that confuses me about that conversation is that in the United Kingdom, the family don't have a decision about whether or not to pull somebody off life support. That's solely rests with the doctors. And then the family can fight it and take it to court, but it's not a decision that the family have. The family can't just turn around and say, okay, switch it off.
The family does it, but Adam does, right?
Not if he's incapacitated. No, he does not.
So they didn't talk to him about it?
Didn't talk to who about it
Adam.
while he was on life support.
Yeah.
How do you talk to somebody who's on life support?
Because he was awake for a while.
He wasn't on life support when he was awake. Can I ask you, do you have some information that I don't? Like, for example, do you have information that he told them that he wanted to be taken off life support?
I heard that, yes.
And can I ask
Can
where
I
you
show
heard it
you a
from?
screenshot? No.
Absolutely. You can show me whatever you'd
I
like.
said, can I? No.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were asking me if you could. My apologies.
No,
I
no,
just
no, no.
misunderstood what you're saying. Um, so that still, even though you say, let's say for argument's sake, I'm not saying that he did or didn't, but let's say he did say that, right? Whilst in a coma somehow.
No,
Um,
not in a
well,
coma. While
okay,
he
well
was
then when he was
awake.
awake.
Come on.
Okay, even while he was awake, all right? That's not what you said here, though. What you said is his mom is pushing to pull him off life support. And not to mention, back on the 16th of January, he was still in a coma. Like
They they
completely in a coma.
slowly they slowly pulled him off on the 16th.
No, they lowered his medication to see how he'd react, but he hadn't woken up and wasn't verbal until the day I was there. Or a couple of days before I was there. So certainly not on the 16th. He was completely in a coma on the 16th still. And the 15th, since it happened, basically. So there was absolutely no way that he could have told them this on that day.
It happened
So I think
on.
whatever information you were given was incorrect because it physically wouldn't be possible. So
Okay.
let's
I
just
was given
confirm. So
incorrect information.
what day did he go into hospital? Can you recall? I'm really bad with dates.
I think it was the 15th.
Okay. So if he was in a coma on the 15th, then he definitely was in a coma on the 16th at the very least, because he didn't
Okay.
wake up for weeks.
Okay.
And so can you just show your screenshot again, if you'd be so kind? The one about where you had the conversation with his sister. Oh, sorry. I think you showed it on your phone, the time and date of that.
It was the video chat was on the 15th.
I'll just bring it up big screen there so I can see. Sorry. So it was on the 15th at 4:51 p.m. your time.
Yes.
Okay. And so the time on the chat here, so from the original, sorry, the previous one. Oh, you can put it down if you like. So it's 4:30. Sorry, what was the time? I can't see it properly there.
Let me see. 4:51 p.m.
on the 15th.
Yes.
Okay. And that call lasted for how long, did you say?
13 minutes. I'm sorry, 18 minutes.
Okay. And so the messages here, so this shows as 9:16 p.m. on the 16th, so it'd be the following day. The time difference, what time is it where you are now? It's just coming up to 4 o'clock.
Yeah, 3 minutes before 4.
Let me just check. So I don't know what part of Australia Sheesh is in, but we'll say East Coast most likely. Just to get an idea of what the time difference is. So it's 8 a.m. there. And what time is it where you are, did you say? 4 p.m. So what's the time difference there? Mathematic geniuses, help me out here in the side chat. Perfect man for it. PhD Tony is literally a mathematics genius. That was ultimate timing there. What's the time difference between? So I can't even remember what state you're in. That's why I'm confused at the times.
North
So it's 4
Carolina.
there. So if it's 4 o'clock there and it's 8 o'clock there, that's a difference of 16 hours. So the time that you had that phone call was, what was it again? Did you say?
4:51 p.m.
So let's call it, for argument's sake, let's call it 5 p.m. Add 16 hours to that. It brings you to, let me see, 5 a.m. Will be 12 hours. And another 4 hours would bring it up to about 9 a.m. Her time. So from the time that you called, sorry, that she called you to now was about roughly 12 hours, just so that we can clarify for everybody what the kind of time frame was.
So it's the
Okay,
16th
so
for her.
yeah, so it would have been the evening of the 16th for her. Okay, so that's the first part of that. So they're pulling him off life support, and so then you were saying about that his mom is pushing to pull him off life support. Then she responded, "Dialysis would suck, but it's better than death." I can't understand how his mom would want to do that. My kids are my entire world, and I would fight with everything I have to save them. And then your response was, "I agree with you completely, but she said his quality of life would be bad and that he would be in worse pain than he already is, and that she doesn't think he could handle it." And then you said, "When I get to the hospital, they're going to call and put the phone on speaker." Which hospital was that you were going to?
They
Oh,
wouldn't
I think you
release
were
the
muted there.
hospital. Oh, I'm sorry. They wouldn't release the hospital to me.
Okay. So when you said, "When I get to the hospital, they're going to call and put the phone on speaker,"
I don't.
which hospital? No, but I mean,
I
sorry, why I was confused about this was I was trying to figure out if what you meant was that you wouldn't be able to go to the hospital, so they put the phone on speaker, and let me talk to him. He's showing brain activity, so they think he can hear what they're saying, so hopefully he'll hear me. So on the 16th, I don't believe he had a brain scan yet.
okay.
I
I
think that
don't.
was, if I'm not mistaken, it was like the day after, that even. So where did the information about the brain activity come from?
Um, I don't know anything about that.
But you said it in, I showed the previous screenshot where you said that, sorry, I'll just move us around a little bit there. So he is showing brain activity, so they think he can hear what they're saying, so hopefully he'll hear me.
Okay.
So that, again, no, that was so 11 p.m. on the 16th with a 16-hour difference. So he took ill on the 15th, morning of the 15th, correct?
Right. Like I said, I don't even
And it
remember
was,
this conversation. So I've had so many conversations with so many people about so
I
many
have no doubt.
things,
I am the same.
as
I
I'm
have
sure
no
you
doubt.
have.
Oh, 100%. Absolutely. However, I think something as important as the brain surgery, brain activity thing would stick out in my mind, to be honest.
Well, I told you
Like, I
about the
just
brain
wonder,
surgery thing. Right.
I get that, but we've addressed that side of it, but the brain activity side, um, because that's a pretty succinct statement. He's showing brain activity, so they think he can hear what they're saying.
Right. She's
So
she
hopefully he'll hear
she's
me.
right. And they said that, he had had something like 30 meters of necrotic bowel removed or something like that. Brain activity was fine.
Okay,
Really muddling my way through a conversation I don't remember having. So
that's all right. That's all right. It's a good thing we have the screenshots that might jog your memory a little bit.
I
She
think I
says, "I
said it
really
all.
hope they don't take him off." Okay, I really hope they don't take him off life support. And then you said, "I'm pretty sure they're going to."
Yes.
And can I ask what that was based on, or
Based on how bad he seemed to be. He was
that they would take him off
ventilated.
life support?
Yeah. He was ventilated. He had already been in surgery for removing bowel, that much bowel. Uh, Kidneys were bad. Um, it, it
Um,
sounded really bad to me.
so I suppose that kind of brings us back to what his mom said about from her side of it. So she said, "Why would you say that his mom, was pushing to turn off his life support? Did I or the hospital tell you that?" No.
It,
Um, so you're saying that his sister said that?
no, already, I've already
I
responded to
thought
this.
no about the life support. You just said that she said it in the phone call. No.
No, I said that his sister said that 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 was an option they were looking at.
See, what I would say about that though, right, is it's a big jump from this is an option, because of course that might happen that somebody needs to be pulled off life support. It seems like a bit of a jump from this is an option to I'm pretty sure they're going to pull him off life support, and even worse, that his mom was pushing to get him pulled off life support. It just seems like a massive jump from this could happen, or it could be one of the options, to this is something that I, as clearly it would appear here, an authority on this subject, I'm saying is true.
You an
Like
authority
you're
on the subject of life support?
no, you an authority of the subject of the evident conversation about life support, because you've said here to add to it, and I'm going to ask you about this one now. It says they keep saying that's what they're leaning towards over and over and over, like they're looking for my support, and I'm not giving it. So they keep saying would indicate that this is something that's been said more than once, and literally following that over and over and over. So did that happen in that one 13-minute conversation, or
It was said once in that conversation that this was an option they were leaning towards. I, I,
sure? And so
I
where
don't know
does
how many
the
times to say that.
no, I get what you've said. Well, then I need to challenge what you said, because literally your words here are they keep saying that that's what they're leaning towards, and over and over and over again. So that to me would indicate that they must have said it more than once.
Okay.
And like just so you're fully aware, like I'm obviously a good friend now of his sister and everything. So if I was to ask
Good.
her, do you know what I mean? Like, do you think that she would agree that this is what was said? I'm not going to. I'm not going to
I
call her.
sure hope
Obviously,
so.
like they have enough on their plate. I'm not going to call her about it, but I'm just asking like what you meant by they keep saying it, and that they've said it over and over and over again. They, as well as the other side, that like in
No,
a
I've only
13-minute
spoke to
conversation.
his sister. Now I've spoke to his mom many times, just not about this subject.
Yeah, yeah, and she confirmed that too. Um, so I guess the question is still out there. They keep saying would indicate, that this is something that they've said multiple times, and the
It,
over and over and over really drives that home. And that's why I'm wondering, did she say it multiple times during that conversation, or
and I've answered that.
I respectfully you haven't though,
They
unless I missed
indicated
something. I'm sorry.
they indicated that this was an option that they were looking at
I
because of
Yeah,
his quality of
absolutely.
life.
Sure, sure. But that doesn't answer why you said they keep saying it and over and over, like they're looking for your support and you're not giving it.
I don't know what's confusing about my statement here.
Well, the fact that you're telling me that she said it once, okay, and that's fine. So she said it to you during the call that this is an option. That's totally fine. I accept that if that's what you're saying. Whether I believe it or not is immaterial. That's what you've stated as fact. But also here in the message, you're saying that she said it over, or they said it. Sorry, they keep saying that that's what they're leaning towards over again. So what your words are here indicates that you're telling this person that they have told you this multiple times as if they're trying to push for it, because he said that his mom's pushing for it, and then you said they keep saying it over again. So that would indicate that there's multiple times that this has been said, or that this is something that's been pushed. Did you feel like it was something that was being pushed?
I feel like it was something that they were strongly considering.
Even though they don't have a choice, just to clarify that.
They did not tell me that they did not have a choice, but not that they
Right.
had to tell me. But
Right. And I suppose, so yeah, I guess basically it's just leaving that question out there. Why did you say that they keep saying it over again? If you've just said that they just said it once, do you get me? It's an
okay, yeah, they just said
inconsistency
it
that,
once.
okay.
Okay.
So yeah, we've established that, but why did you say that they keep saying it over again?
Demon, I don't even remember this conversation. I don't know how many times to kind of say that though.
No, but I'm saying you remember specifically that she said it once during that 13-minute
Yes,
call.
I do.
Sure. And so you accept that is that the only time that you've talked to her about it?
About the life support.
Right.
Yes,
During that 13-minute call. Okay,
yes.
perfect. We've established that. That's fine. The problem still remains that here it looks like you're trying to tell this person that his family were pushing for it over again,
I'm
which to
aware.
me would indicate that you heard it multiple times from the same person.
I'm aware of what you're saying.
Okay. But
Are
you
you
just
aware of
have no
what I'm
answer?
saying, that I don't remember this conversation at all?
Sure,
So
sure.
it's hard for
But I
me to
suppose,
agree to something that I
fair
can't
enough.
even find the record of.
Yeah, fair enough. But I thought you just said that you did find a record of it.
I
I'm
found a
sorry.
record that I've spoke to her.
I'm
I
sorry, but a
didn't say
minute
I
ago I
found a
asked you
record
this.
of this conversation.
I asked you
I
that a
haven't
minute ago
even
and you said you did.
haven't. I said I found a record that I've spoke to her. I haven't had a chance to dig through it to find a record of this conversation or not.
It should be quick enough if you want to just scroll back to the 16th of January.
I remember me telling you that I had a doctor's appointment, so I've only got 20 more minutes. So,
Well, what you could do, if you want to just do a quick scroll, you'll see it and then you'll have the answer for yourself.
all right, be right back.
Do you know what I mean? It'll just put that to bed. You know what I'm saying? Um, and then we can address the rest of it. I'm just trying to find the one about the phone call. Sorry, the flight, the tickets, buying tickets for a flight. Um, I must have forgotten to put that one on my list, but I'll while you're looking for that there, I'll do the same on my end and just try to find the right one.
So,
Just to make sure that I've got
no,
all
this
my
is not the
facts.
same person. I'm sorry that I found a record for her. So, no, I don't have a record of speaking with this same person. It's Sheena. I'm sorry.
Okay. But can I ask you this then, based on that? Because a minute ago you did say, and completely disconnected from the record, that you do recall speaking to this person.
Oh yeah, I've spoke to Shisha several times in live chats.
And just to clarify as well, a few minutes ago, when you thought that you had found the conversation, and I
I,
pointed out a few of your comments.
I
Just one
said
sec.
found her. Yeah.
Yeah, that you'd found it. And I pointed out a couple of these questions, these points on this screenshot. You accepted them, that they were true, that you did send
Mm-hmm.
those messages. Okay. So we
No,
can,
no,
so
no,
we've,
no, 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 no. And not that I
okay,
sent the
okay, sorry.
messages. Not that I sent the
So I guess,
messages. That
all right.
that
So
um,
sorry, continue. My apologies.
that I may know the answer, that I may have said that or something like that.
Okay. So I suppose the only options there really in that respect is that either you just can't find them for whatever reason and it did happen, or you can't find them and it didn't happen, and that these are fake. They're the only kind
Okay.
of, do you know what I mean? They're the only feasible options that I can see in this scenario. Um, do you believe that these are fake, or?
I can't answer that right now. I would really
Okay.
have to do some digging, which I did try to do
Okay.
beforehand.
That's fair enough. I'm going to just find this other screenshot because it was kind of important. Just in that same
Can
conversation
you go
about,
back one?
back to where? Up here?
No, no. Go back one,
Uh, this one?
maybe. No.
I'm just going to ask for if the person that sent the screenshot about the flights and spending the last few pennies on the flights, if you could resend that to me, I'd really appreciate it. I can't seem to find it here. I know I have it somewhere, but there was one, and I'd rather bring it up on the screen to ask you about it.
Is
Something
there?
about you. Sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Something about you saying that you'd booked a flight, that you'd spent your last few pennies on it.
I wouldn't book a flight. My passport's expired.
So why would you say that you did?
To whom?
That's what I'm trying to find right now. I'm sure they'll send it to me if they're watching, of course. But yeah, it was something about the last few pennies. It might take me a second here to find it, but I'll find that. It's around here somewhere.
Is there anything else while you're looking for it?
Yeah, you know what? I'll leave that for now. We can come back to that if we have time. So moving on from that, so there was a lot of drama around the PayPal situation.
Would you
Now
like for
I
me to log into
shared.
my PayPal?
I
I'll log.
don't mind if you do or not.
I'll log into it
So I
live.
had, and I won't say his name because I promised I wouldn't. But if it becomes an issue, we can sort that out too. I had somebody send a $3 donation through. I think he did it through Stream Elements.
Here, can I share
And
my screen? I'll log into my PayPal live.
by all means.
There you go.
Um,
So this
okay,
is from today.
right.
This is let me go to activity.
And do you only have one PayPal?
I only have one PayPal. No matter what anybody says about me having 10 or 15 PayPals, I have one. And you'll see.
What about
Already
see,
sent me a
I don't know if
$3
anybody can.
PayPal
Oh, sorry.
as a test to make sure it went through.
Sure. I'm just wondering if anybody in the side chat can fill me in, because I don't use Stream Elements. How do payouts from Stream Elements work? Is it only PayPal, or is there other options?
There's
Because
another option. I don't know.
it did come through Stream Elements. So are you able to pull up your Stream Elements and check on that there?
Sure. Sure. I'll pull up my Stream Elements. That's what you're.
because I don't know how the payouts work on Stream Elements. I don't know if it's just PayPal or. I can't really see that. Hold on, let me just zoom in there as best I can anyway. I'm just trying to remember what date it was. I have it here on my phone somewhere. My screenshots are all over the place since I switched phones. Let me just double check. So it was on the 17th of January.
Okay. I'm not great at Stream Elements, so bear with me for just a minute. See if I can search by the 17th of January.
If you, I think you just went past it there. Oh, that's 2023.
No, that's yeah. Filter by date. Let me go to revenue.
SE Pay maybe.
Sorry, I'm.
Just above that one on the left there, SE Pay. I would imagine. I say I don't use Stream Elements. I think I have one, but I've never actually really used it. So, oh, that's a different thing altogether. If you go back to the activity feed, maybe, or oh look, revenue history there. That should be it. Up another little bit. Up.
Where do you see revenue history?
See where it
revenue
says,
history. Ah, yeah, okay.
There we go. So what date were we saying? So the 17th of January.
All right.
If you just want to scroll down even, we'll
January 17th, search. I have absolutely nothing on January 17th.
Okay, so is that Miss Mandy 777?
That's Miss Mandy Reacts, which is Miss Mandy 777. It's the same thing. I changed it from Miss Mandy 777 to Miss Mandy Reacts.
When was that?
I changed it about 2 months ago.
Okay. Is there any way to check a transaction ID there? Can you see that anywhere? Because it was straight through the link from your page, so it couldn't have gone to anybody else essentially.
I don't see a place to check a transaction ID. Let me see if there's a place to check an amount. Username, they probably don't want to give their name.
I don't think they have a username because it was paid via PayPal.
Let's see, the 17th through the 17th. No, wait, that's 117. 117 through 117, search. See, there's no results found.
Oh, well, the other thing it could be is because of the time difference.
Okay. So let's do one.
Let's try from like the 15th.
Let's do the 15th through the 18th.
The 19th.
Let's just go through the 19th. Okay, fine.
Okay. Is that loading or is there?
No, I hit search. There's just nothing. I just didn't get it. I'm not. I sent him money a lot.
Okay, on that topic, actually, that's a good segue there. I received some information about, and I have screenshots and stuff there as well. You're welcome to see them too. About you guys supposedly renting a place in, where was it, Virginia or something like that?
Well, I was going to rent a place in Virginia, and
sorry, I'm really sorry to interrupt you. I just thought of something. Just on the back to the tip list there again.
Okay.
Can you just go out of that to where it's just like the regular list, if you'd be so kind?
Sure.
I don't know how to do that now.
I don't really either. Let me see. Let's just clear it.
Okay. So
Marty's Corporate Fiction.
All right, do me a favor. So Artie's Corporate Fiction one, just go over to the right, all the way to the right, the other right. Yeah. So you could delete that.
Yeah.
Can you have a look the top right-hand corner where there's 3 little buttons?
Mm-hmm.
Just click on that for me if you know what I mean. Okay, no, I was just wanting to see if there was a way of having a look at the deleted ones. I don't know if somebody knows how to do that. Just in case, I just,
What
you know
does
what I mean. I just want to
export
cover all of this.
CSV mean? Do you know what that
I
means?
have not got a clue, I'm afraid. Some I'm
Do
guessing
you
some
think
kind of document.
I'm like hoarding $3? And I'm not being
Oh no, I don't
snarky.
think
I'm
it's
like
not at
being
all. Not at
serious.
all. So I don't think it's about the actual amount of money. That's not the problem here at all. The issue is just about the honesty side of things. That's what we were just trying to ascertain.
Because
Somebody said check if there's a spam folder. I don't know if there's a spam folder, is there? I wouldn't think so.
um,
Or it might be in the income report, maybe.
personal business tax number.
No,
Oh
okay.
no, that wouldn't be
No,
it.
that's
No.
different. Okay, that's fine. No. All right. So anyway, you were talking about that house that you were looking at renting.
Yes, but Dan never got back with me. I messaged him several times, even though he claims in his recent live streams that he did get back to me, or that they called me, and I just never answered the phone. I had no reason to not do that. I
Okay.
wanted
And
that place.
did you receive any money from Adam for that?
No.
So I got that same screenshot that had a message from him suggesting that he had
Sent me money for the place?
Yeah, or was at least intending to. And that's just why I'm
No.
asking. That's all.
No.
Okay. Alrighty.
He wasn't looking at
So,
coming out for years.
oh, I see. I wouldn't have a clue. I don't know what you guys were talking about. Okay. So,
Just 1 second, please.
sure.
I have 6 minutes. I'm sorry.
Okay. So
I
the
apologize.
way.
I had a pre-scheduled doctor's appointment.
Did you not do a stream about him moving to the US with you? No.
No. A stream about him moving to the U.S. with me?
Or no, sorry, he did. I think he did a stream about it.
About
before.
fundraising to Virginia?
I can't remember. I just do recall a stream about it. All right, let me just have a quick look.
Yeah,
to see if
it raised no money.
Okay.
Or if it did, he told me it didn't.
Okay. So you're saying he never sent you any money or anything like that?
No, I can show.
All right. Look here now. So then there was the whole thing about the live stream that you set up on his channel after we'd found out that he'd passed.
Yes.
So we were all asking you to take that down. The reason for that was because we didn't want. I know you did, and we didn't want his family to get a notification to say his channel was going live when they knew nothing about it. So
it was a live that was never going to happen. It was just meant as like a makeshift community post.
I got you, but a half an hour before it would go live, they'd get a notification to say that he's going to go live in a half an hour. But in any event, during that time, you took it down and apologized for any hurt that would be caused and everything. And I remember saying it to you that I appreciate that. But later you made a claim that he gave you permission to do that.
He did.
When did he give you permission?
6 months or so ago.
Okay. And why did you not mention that when you were being asked about it that time?
Why was that relevant?
Because everybody was asking you to take it down, and I just feel like it would have been something
well,
if you
I took
were
it down
able to
immediately.
No, I know you did. But
okay.
I feel like it would have been something that you could have, maybe said, this is what he wanted or whatever. I'm just wondering.
I did. I did say this is what he wanted.
Not at the time you didn't. Or that you had gotten permission from him or anything like that. One of the...
Okay, I absolutely did say this is what he wanted.
One of the other screenshots I had...
He had given me admin permissions and that he wanted me to do a community post, but I didn't have the access to do a community post. So I did that like a makeshift community post, and I set it way like days in the future.
Gotcha. Can I just ask you as well about your January on Stream Elements? So you made absolutely nothing in January in super chats or donations or bids or any of that stuff?
Well, I just did a couple days in January. Let me take a look.
Just wondering because I just wanted to
Okay, let
clarify
me take a
that.
look. History. I don't make a lot in Stream Elements. I do. I have a jump scare, so people like to jump scare me. So let's
Gotcha.
see, January 1st through January 31st. Search. No, I made absolutely nothing in January. Nope, that's not
Okay.
true. I got 2 things in January, both on the
All right.
13th. What would you like to see?
No, that's okay. That's all right. Do you say they were on the 13th?
One on the 13th
And the
from
other one?
Epiphanies.
Okay. Fair enough. I'm just
Here,
still
let
trying to
me
find this
just
one. Sure.
I feel like I should show.
There we go.
Epiphanies from Vane. And that's and there's one from January 10th. I'm sorry, Lisa Peters.
Okay. Cool.
So,
I'm struggling to find this the one about the flight. I don't know where that's gone. I know I had it, but I'm trying to find it here. So do you have absolutely no recollection of telling somebody that you spent your last pennies on a flight that day?
last pennies on a flight. I don't know.
I just recalled those words particularly. Let me see here now. I think I have it. Do I?
God, it's 4:30.
I suppose in the meantime, do you have any questions for me?
I have one. Yeah.
Go for it.
I asked you for one thing
Mhm.
during your rebuttal stream to me, one of many,
Mhm.
to show your PayPal. Why wouldn't you do it?
Because it's nobody's business what's in my PayPal.
Okay. Can I pull up a screenshot real quick?
Yeah, by all means, please do.
Okay. Let me get it.
Can I just ask, is this something we've already talked about, or?
It's not. No.
Okay, that's fine.
Well, sorry.
Just give me one quick sec there. You could just let me know whenever you're ready. I'll try pull it up as quick as I can.
Okay, sorry.
That's
Got
all
so
right.
many tabs open right now. Okay, there we go. Okay. All right. There's the first one. All right.
You got it there?
Yeah.
All right. Might need to get you to zoom in on it there just because my vision isn't great and my screen isn't great. So let's have a look. Sorry, I'm just clearing something else off my own screen here now. Alrighty.
You want me to read it?
Okie dokie. Sorry, can you scroll to the is that yeah, you feel free to read it if you like.
I feel like I'm being used. I've sent you hundreds of dollars, and I feel like you only reply when it's about money. You told me it was money to fix your car, but you said on stream the other night your car is broken. No, not being used. I just had some issues with money and all this stuff happened. I had to pay some bills, is all. I'm working on getting the car sorted as we speak. Okay, I understand now. Thank you for letting me know what happened with that Western Union transfer that I sent, Mister. I thought that was a donation to the channel. No, man, it was for blank. Feel like you're taking us for a ride. Promise not. That was mistaken. Let me pull up the second one.
Please do, yeah. Sorry, was that supposed to be for me or?
Yeah, that was.
Gotcha. To who?
They want to remain anonymous.
Gotcha. And did the person who received these messages,
That's
was
right.
that the person that sent them to you? Can I just ask that?
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay. Again, my eyes are terrible, so I'll let you go for
No,
it.
it was for McOnion, which I don't know what that means. Maybe you do.
Oh, I'm
I
afraid
feel like
not.
you're taking us for a ride. I promise I'm not. Was just mistaken. Dude, I sent you blank. I blanked that out for you, by the way.
Oh, you blanked it out for me?
That's a lot, what you're doing. Maybe Miss Mandy was right.
Right. Oh, so sorry. Can I just so you blanked out the dollar amount for me?
Yeah, because it's nobody's business.
Okay. All right. Can I just ask you what do you think the benefit of sharing that is?
I asked you for one thing and you've asked me for a bunch. Why won't
Well,
you share your PayPal?
respectfully, you were the one that came out making all the claims, so I asked you to back those up.
Why won't you share your PayPal?
I already told you I don't think it's anybody's business. But
But
let
all
me.
this donation money went to your
Sure.
PayPal.
Sure. Again, can you just clarify what good bringing that up was? I'm open to hearing it.
Did you use any of Adam's money to fix your car and your other bills?
No. So can
Then
I
why
just
won't you
clarify?
show?
I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll show something. All right. But before I do, so two things you've just said. One of them is that you received this from the person who sent it. Or sorry, you received this directly from the person that I was supposed to have spoken to on those messages. Is that right?
No, I misunderstood that question. No.
Oh, okay. That
I'm
seems
not
to
going to
happen a bit.
say. I'm not going to say who I received it from
That
because
seems to be a pretty
unlike these other people, I'm not going to
sure.
out this person.
Okay, because that seems to be a common theme that you misunderstand things that you seem to be very
Look,
confident about.
this whole
Just real,
thing
real
was
quick.
supposed to be to bury the
I'm gonna
hatchet.
absolutely, and you brought this up, so I'm gonna respond to it for you. My pleasure. Now, you also just said that you blocked out the dollar value for my benefit.
Yes.
Well, I appreciate that. Let me get this up myself here because I actually happen to have the exact same screenshots. So I will get those for you.
I had to have a
Presently.
heart out by 4:30, so I've got like 2
It'll be
minutes.
okay. I will get these up because I think it's only fair. Because in fairness, you have brought this into evidence. All right, let me just say this, right? Would you be willing to say what the dollar amount was?
No.
And that's just to protect me, is it?
I'm just trying to not be a douchebag to you because I'm not a jerk.
Okay, what if I told you that those messages to me and from me were actually from my fiance?
Okay.
So the dollar amount that you blocked out was the word anus. So I'm not really sure what you were trying to prove. What I've proven is that it seems that you will go to no ends to try to make somebody look bad with an attempt to make yourself look good.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right? I
Yeah,
don't
right.
know. Let's just be honest with each other, right? And we're going to try to finish this off in a smooth way. I don't want this to be a shout match or whatever.
I'm not going to shout at
You
you.
said a lot of things. No, but I mean, I don't want it to turn out like it did yesterday. That's not what you know what I mean? I don't want that.
I'm
You
not going to
said,
do that.
and that's good. I appreciate that. You said a lot of things over the past few weeks that I've shown evidence of, that you say either you don't recall, or 1 minute you do and then you don't, or you, like, for example, you couldn't answer about the over and over and over again thing. And that was a big one for everybody, because the claim that you were making to these people in messages was that his mom was pushing to have him taken off life support. That's a big deal. And as I said to you earlier, if there's a reason, something that we don't know about, for you to have said those things, then let us know, because we have nothing to go on other than you saying you don't remember these things. And
Just
like, not only would I have to be lying, but everybody that sent me screenshots would have to be lying. And then to add to that, his sister and his mom, who are, honest to God, two of the sweetest people I've ever met, would also
they
have to be
definitely
lying.
are. They're very, very sweet people.
But then you're telling us essentially that they're lying.
I'm not saying that they're lying now.
If you want my honest to God belief on this and what exactly I think happened, I think that behind the scenes you were saying all these things. Now, some people might say that you were grifting for money. The thing that led me to think that maybe that was true was, and I'm really pissed that I can't find the screenshot, was the one about saying that you were getting a flight out there, that you'd spent your last money on that flight, and then that person wishing you that you have a good flight, and then you telling them that the family wouldn't allow you to come out there. You never mentioned it to
I
that
got
person
no
about.
money for this at all. No.
I'm not saying that you did. I'm not saying that you did. It's just
You
people.
just
No, I literally didn't. I just said that it seems like you were trying to.
no. I got no
You know,
money for this at all. If I would have gotten 1 penny, I would have refunded it. It wasn't on me to get money for this.
okay. And so my whole point in this is it's my view. And look, I'm not going to blow my own trumpet here or anything. I've been doing this kind of thing a long time. Spent a lot of time in courts. I know how evidence works. I know how to get to the bottom of things. I've interrogated people before as part of my job. I don't ask
Yeah, you
questions
did
that I
such
don't
a
know the
great
answer
job
to.
pedo busting.
I got 2 of them off the street and locked up. And I don't understand why you're trying to deflect. I'm not trying to, like, what does my success or lack thereof in what I've done before have to do with what you have done? The whole point of this is for you to show us
Maybe
what
lots
happened.
of anxiety in this, and people seem to, maybe I said some dumb shit I shouldn't have said, and for that I'm very
Sure.
sorry.
And that's all that anybody's asking
Lack of
for,
sleep, lack of
because it has
food and
caused
taking care of myself. Okay, and it's caused a lot of hurt and pain, and for
a
that I'm
lot of
so
hurt.
so sorry.
Can
For
I
that I'm
ask
so
you, right?
sorry.
And I hate for anybody to
Don't
even
bring
have to
up my family.
consider.
If you
I'm
do
not
that, I'm
going to.
dropping.
I promise you I would never do that. Right? I had nothing to do with all that stuff. I'm staying away from it. But can you imagine a position that his mother's in right now? Okay? It's unimaginable, the pain that she's going through right now.
Yeah, I don't want
And
to
then to
imagine that
have you
ever.
telling people that she was pushing to have him taken off life support.
I wasn't telling people that he was pushing to. I swear
But
to God, I don't remember that
I have
conversation.
multiple screenshots of it. You know what I mean? Like,
You have one screenshot of it, and
I have
if
screenshots of you saying it multiple times.
if I said that, I'm very sorry,
But
because
in fairness, you even qualified what you said. Because when I pushed you on it, you said that, oh, his sister did tell me these things, and that's why I said it.
I said his sister said that they were looking at that as an option, and I've said that over and over and over. And I'm now 10 minutes late leaving. I do have to go. But look, I have no ill will towards you at all. I respect you as a content creator.
It hasn't seemed like that for the past couple of weeks, Mandy.
Well, it hasn't seemed like you respect me at all either.
Because I don't.
Okay, well, thank
Under
you for
any
that.
circumstances.
I appreciate that
Because
very
look what
much.
you've done, and you've come on here and you have lied to everybody again, Mandy.
Okay, I haven't,
You're
but
calling his mom and sister a liar.
no, I'm not. I have said that they're not lying. I have said that they're good, honest people.
Well,
I've said
then
that
obviously
they
you
don't
must
have
be.
much
I'm
money,
sorry,
but that they're good, honest people. I don't have much money, so
but
I get it.
the messages that she sent to me outlining where you were wrong and what you said, is she just mistaken about everything?
I explained that the best I could. That's all I know to say. And so this was supposed
So
to
what
be
happens
a
from here?
stream to bury the hatchet. I should have known that I couldn't take you at your word again. So thank
This
you.
isn't a woe is me thing, Mandy. You had every
No, it's not at
opportunity on this
all. I
show,
fucked up bad. I don't know what else to say to that.
and all I think people would want you to say at this point, and all I would want you to say at this point, is to just come clean, because we all
I
know,
did
Mandy. Like,
already. I said I
no,
was
no, no, I know,
sorry
but
and that I
I,
fucked up bad. That I said a
but
lot of shit I shouldn't have said.
sure, I appreciate that, but of all the things I've shown you tonight, you had an answer why everything was wrong. And in
No, no,
fairness,
no,
I
no,
don't
no.
think
Not
anybody was
everything was
saying that,
wrong. No,
but
I
the
shouldn't
vast
have said that
majority.
about the. I shouldn't have said that about the brain surgery. I took a lot of freedoms with that, and I shouldn't have said that. And I took freedoms with a lot of things, and I shouldn't have done that. And I fucked up bad, and I'm sorry. But that's all I can really say at this point.
So you're not willing to accept that for whatever reason that may be, and you just gave a few examples
Look,
like not
I've
having sleep and
apologized multiple
no,
times
no, I
to you,
get
but
that.
you don't want to accept that. So I don't really know what to say to you at
Of
this
course I
point.
do, Manny, but I want to get through whatever this barrier is to the full truth. Okay, it's like I'm sorry for
I
this
have to
one
go. I'm
part of
going to
it.
be late. I have
Can I just ask you really
30
quickly,
minutes.
just last thing, I promise, last thing. Just of all the things I said tonight, right, or the vast majority of it, it is abundantly clear to everybody that you were lying about these things. Are you willing to accept that you were lying about all these things?
No, not all these things. Absolutely not. Not all of these things.
Most of them, or just the one thing?
What one thing are you talking about?
Well, you were saying about the brain surgery thing. I accept that you may have been mistaken. That's totally fine. But the one that still sticks out for everybody, the most painful one for me and for his family, is the one about the coming off the life support. And the fact, the one thing that's catching me the most is that you said that they said it over and over and over again.
Okay, they did not say it over and over and over again. I just remember one time.
Excellent. But why did you say that they had then? And that they were pushing for it and trying to push you to agree to it?
I
Why
don't
would you
remember
say that?
saying they were pushing me to agree to it.
I just showed it to you.
I know you did, but I don't remember saying it. I'm not going to agree to something that I don't remember doing. Would you?
If I saw the evidence in front of me, I'd accept that I said it, and I would probably try to figure out why I would have
Okay,
said it.
I'm going to be late. I'm sorry, but
You take care. Well, that went about as well as I thought it would. I'm very sorry for anybody who maybe for a little while there thought that those messages were real. It was just a little idea I had earlier today. I couldn't believe, I could not believe when she said that she had covered that for my benefit, because she's such a good lady that she covered that for my benefit. Did you see my face when she said that? I was like, really? You just gave me this? And then when I put it up, like you know what was funny about that? So I asked her outright, did you receive these messages, the redacted version of these, from the person that they were allegedly sent to by me? And she said, yes, very firmly, yes. Until I said, I have those same screenshots. And then she probably thought to herself, oh shit. And then, oh, I was mistaken once again. And thank you, according to Isa. You fucking legend. You nailed that, girl. You nailed it. So I do have the screenshots of the whole conversation of these being sent to Mandy. And this wasn't meant to be done as a joke or anything necessarily. It just happened to be funny. The whole point of it was just to show that she would lie. I forgot to fucking cross out the McCunyon part. Yeah. So for anybody who is wondering about what she was saying about any kind of donations or anything like that, we did a cash out of some of the money from the GoFundMe, and some of the stuff from that is still in there. So we'll cash that out when I go over there, or I can send it. We just haven't talked about it because the last time we did a cash out was, I think it was like the day, or either the day before he passed or the day before that. It was one or the other. And then literally after he passed away, the last thing I wanted to be doing was going to them and being like, here's some money. It's just a matter of timing. It's a matter of just being respectful on it, you know. Um, and Yeah, so I have somebody here in the side chat that's kind of overseeing all of that and making sure that that's all legit or whatever. My goal is when I do go out there, I'd like to give it to them personally if possible. We also spoke briefly, myself and his mother, following his passing, just about that laptop. So when I went over the last time, my good friend Stephen here in the side chat, I just mentioned it, I think in passing, um, that she sorry, that Adam's laptop had been stolen or whatever. And straight away, Stephen from iFuse Networks, who helps me with all of my electronics and gives the best prices on everything, contacted me, and he was like, dude, I'm going to send a laptop to the hotel you're staying in London. You can give it to him for me. I'll have it fully loaded with everything. So yeah, so I brought that to him. I gave it to him on the day. He was really excited about it. I spoke to his mom the other day. She asked me if I'd like to have his editing keyboard, and I was like, that would actually be a lovely thing. It wouldn't probably be something I would use. It'd be something that I would put up in the background there or whatever. Yeah, so then we spoke. She was like, would you like to have the laptop back or whatever? And I was like, no, if any of you guys would like to use it or whatever, you're more than welcome to it. And then we came up with the idea of maybe raffling it off, or doing like a competition for it on a live stream or whatever, um, so that we could help make a few extra bucks, because obviously this next few months are probably going to be extremely expensive and difficult. I would ask people not to super chat any donations because it gets really, really messy. I've been trying my best to kind of jot it all down and work it out. It just gets really, really messy. So anything coming in on the side chat there for the channel, I appreciate. But if you intend it to go to his family, please put it in the GoFundMe or PayPal. You can do that too if you prefer. It's a bit quicker for me to get it to them, but I think I would actually prefer the GoFundMe. It's just a little bit easier because it's been tricky. Because I use my PayPal a lot for little things in and out and what have you. So anyway, yeah, that was a shit show of epic proportions. I mean, I tried to be direct. I didn't become abusive. I tried to stop her from deflecting as much as possible. Like this whole thing about me bringing it to the family, that's literally not the way this went down. This all got back to his mom and his sister through a totally different route. And it was her that reached out to me because I didn't want to be calling them talking about YouTube drama. And I think for the most part, they didn't really care about the YouTube drama, except for that one thing about the taking off life support thing and pushing for it. I mean, at first, it was, oh, I found it. So, like, what, did it just magically now disappear when you're being pushed on it? I mean, come on, man. It's quite ridiculous. So, yeah, in the side chat, because obviously I wasn't really looking at the side chat a whole lot. I was trying to kind of stay on top of the conversation as best I could. I wasn't going to let her gish gallop. I asked her, did she have anything to ask me? Because I knew that she was going to bring up that screenshot. And I made sure that that I was aiming towards that, and she brought that up. It's all she's got, really. You know what I mean? Yeah, that was the anus thing. I just had to, because I was thinking like if I put a number value in there, then it could be argued, right? Because I was arguing over $3, and it had nothing to do with the amount of money. It was all to do with the the whole idea that she would withhold that money. And honestly, like that was a big deal at the time, but as time went by, I that stopped being a big deal because of the whole situation with his family contacting about that kind of stuff. It was unbelievable. I mean, I had to be careful about how I worded things, because if I was going to go down the route of just like shouting and roaring me like you're fucking lying, blah 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 blah, we would have gotten nowhere. Because in fairness, if I was being questioned about something, I would be the same, to be honest. If somebody was just shouting, talking over me constantly, I wouldn't respond very well to that. I think that's a given. And yeah, the memory thing was a big thing. So if anybody wants to talk about, or any kind of things that they'd like to bring up about it, because I'll probably watch this back later and be like, fuck, I forgot about that part. And I mean, in fairness, right, let's just be real here, guys. I'm not blowing my own trumpet yet again. She should have known better than this. This wasn't a trick either, as she was trying to make out that it was. When I said to her, this is about burying the hatchet and answering some questions, I meant it. What I didn't mean by that is you're going to be able to just say whatever you want and I'll accept it. She was not even remotely believable. She was deflective. She was aggressive at times, but I impressed myself, if I do say so, by keeping my cool. I did not have any help with that before a live stream. But I just said, okay, this is for the best, is for me. Because don't get me wrong, I wanted to blow my fucking top there at times. But when it comes to the serious stuff, I don't mess around. She was red as fuck, man. Like you could see her getting uncomfortable there at times. But you see what I'm saying? Like across the board, like she didn't remember the conversations. Then she did. Then she didn't. At first, she said that she'd gotten messages to say that he was having brain surgery. I mean, I don't know what was said in that conversation. It may well have been like I don't know. Maybe maybe his sister did. What I believe, frankly, is, and I haven't spoken to her about this, and I'm not going to either. I'm not going to call her and be like, "Hey, what was this conversation?" I think it's irrelevant at this point, because I think her actions on this live stream, while she was for the most part respectable and wasn't nasty or like she was last night, she was at the very least calm for the most part. And she, handled it well, I think. But like, there was times where you could see that she was trying to get nasty. And can I just say, like, we all know Mandy's a Karen, right? Like, we've all seen the videos and the way she freaks out and what have you. One of my favorite things in the world is when a smug, jumped up Karen gets that smug face. Well, I think you'll find. And then I'm like, well, motherfucker, I think you'll find. And you prove them wrong, or you catch them. Like, I'm sorry, whatever, talking about like, I don't remember this, I don't remember that. Like, it was all half answers. But I caught her live in a lie right there. And I think that was glorious, if I do say so myself. Can you turn me off that fucking speaker if you don't mind? Yeah, because I could hear myself back, and do you ever see those videos where people try to talk hearing themselves on a loop? And oh, thank you. Did I do good? That was a round of applause. Are you surprised that I held my cool?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I pre-warned you though.
You did, in fairness, and so did my mom, and so did Lucy, and so did my brother, and basically everybody was like, "Stay calm," because you know how I can get.
I'm very proud of how you held yourself.
Thank you very much. I'm surprised at myself, to be honest, because I knew I was winning the argument. I knew that before I got in here, and I was like, I'm going to lose the argument if I blow up, because she'll just fuck off, and that's understandable. I would do the same.
To cover my mouth to not laugh out loud when
at the anus thing.
Bringing up
yeah, because Chloe was there when I was doing that, that whole thing. And I was like, what should I put in as the dollar amount? I was like, I'll put in anus. Just the most outrageous thing ever. And could you fucking believe when she said that she covered that up for my benefit?
That was
And
very
I was like,
kind of her.
you covered up the dollar amount. She was like, mm-hmm. I was like, oh, because you didn't want people to know how many dollars it was. Did you see her fucking face when the word anus popped up on the screen?
I was dying.
Like, I can show you guys where I literally, so she claims that she blocked out the names and blocked out the dollar amount. You saw me doing that this morning. I can even, you know what? I can even show you on my editor where I did that.
Was it according to Isa that sent it?
It was according to Isa that sent it. She was fucking loving it.
I really
And you know
love your
what?
channel.
And then she chilled herself out in her own live stream so as not to freak Mandy out. What was I gonna say? My favorite thing about Isa's stream the other night was when Mandy was like, I'm sorry for being late. And she was like, fuck off. Like straight as a fucking, like so quick, like fuck off. Could I have a smoke, please? I don't want to be smoking on stream again. I know that it's not going to become a habit of smoking on stream. I just kind of need it after that. But the very fact, like, I mean, she was deflecting hard, right? And she was putting everything to the side, like, and you know when she's starting to get scared. She starts to get scared. Thank you. Do you have a lighter? Thank you. Oh, what service? She was starting to get scared of what I was going to say, so much so that she started to try to fling shit at me. Like, why did you bring this to the family? And when I tried to flip back and she was like, oh, you're just trying to change the subject. I was like, well, respectfully, you changed the subject right in the middle of a question. You know me. You've seen me question people before. Like, did you hear what she said about me being a failed pedo hunter? I'm like, I actually succeeded really well at that when I did it. And then I was like, this is too much for me. So I stopped it. You guys saw how I questioned those motherfuckers. Like, that wasn't even my best.
She seemed really confused.
She was
Just
very
like, as a
confused.
general, like, she just seemed like she didn't know what to say or where to look or what to be doing.
Yeah,
Like,
it was.
In all honesty, it was really weird.
It just tied it all. Oh my God, it was very unusual behavior. And like, you know what? We were so close at the end there. And I was kind of thinking to myself, Mandy, we've got a chance here now for you to just say, look, you know what? Yeah, I did lie about all that shit. I don't know why the fuck I did it. Even if she did know why she did it and didn't want to share it, she just admitted it and was like, yeah, you know what? I fucked up. I think I need a bit of help. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, go for it. And when she said, I really respect you and I was like, I don't respect you. How could I respect? I'm sorry. I'm not going to lie and say, oh, yes, I also respect you. No, I don't. I'm sorry. I didn't say it in a nasty way. She can turn that into a nasty thing if she wants to, but she doesn't respect me. Like, I'd rather somebody be honest about it, you know? And I know a lot of people don't like me, and that's fine. Like, I'm okay with that. But it's the ones that say they do who pretend that they do. Now, she could probably take this clip from this and be like, well, you pretended that you liked me. No, I never fucking pretended I liked you, bitch. I'm sorry. I never did. I never did.
How could you not love this?
I was just honest. And I said to her, like when she was trying, okay, so I can actually start to tell people a bit of the backstory here anyway, because I'm probably never going to fucking have her on the show again. That goes without saying. So we had a conversation, a deep conversation leading up to this whole thing. And she was demanding this and demanding that. And I was like, look, we can have this conversation when I ask you something that she wanted to curate the questions. She wanted control over what questions I asked and what I wasn't allowed to ask and blah, 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 blah. And I brought up the thing about Shiz. Like that email was not from Shiz. Like who the fuck says I've got really like, here's evidence of me saying I'm going to doctor something. Like who the fuck says that?
I'm pretty sure anybody who does doctor things would know not to
And
specifically say that.
Exactly. And all that aside, right? All that aside, of all the shit that we have, that's like bottom of the barrel. Like that's not even that big of a deal. If that was true, and it's not, clearly it's not. But if that was true, that's not even that big of a deal compared to. And that's why I said to her, I waited, and guys, it was so fucking hard for me to hold it back when she was showing this and she was like so smug. And I thought, you know what? Now I'm going to push this a bit. I was like, So, guys, you might remember because she couldn't see because she was like this typing, and she the loudest fucking clicks I've ever fucking heard, by the way. And she was clicking away, and I was looking at the camera going like laughing my ass off as if say, you guys, some of you knew, some of them fucking knew. I guarantee. I told nobody except for Isa. She's the only one that knew about it. You, me, and Isa. I told nobody, not intentionally. It was just spur of the moment, last minute thing that I did. And I could tell, I just know that people in the side chat were thinking, oh, that fucker's behind that. He's up to something. Because I was like, let me see your evidence, bitch.
As she was talking about it, all I could do, and the only thing I could type was just ha ha ha.
Yeah.
Ha,
You fucking
and
moron,
just,
man. Oh, God almighty,
like,
Mandy.
I like the way she waited till the end where she had to conveniently go.
Oh, yeah, of course.
To try and out you.
Mm-hmm.
That went well for her.
Did you see her face, though, when it backfired? Because it was a double lie, at least. Like, first of all, she said that it came from the person that I was supposedly messaging.
So it came from me?
Well, she said that because it was all blacked out conveniently. That's why I did that. So she said that it came from the person that sent it to her. That's a double-sided thing because I know exactly who sent it to her because only one other person had it. And I asked her to do it and she gratefully did. And then when I said I also have those screenshots, you could see her go, oh, fuck. So I was like, just to confirm, these messages are from the person that I am allegedly talking to. I think in her brain, she was like, shit. He knows that I didn't get them from the person that sent them. But at that point, she still didn't know that I'd sent them or that you'd sent them to me. And then she gave me the finest troll gift on a silver fucking ass-shaped platter when she said that she blocked out the dollar value to protect me. How awfully kind of her. How awfully kind of her. Can you just pass me that? Just so I can flick into it. So yeah, that was quite something. That was my favorite part of the whole thing because everything else before that I knew was a lie anyway. I think it was just for those last few people holding out hope that she wasn't a liar. You know, there was so much more stuff that I wanted to ask her about.
She's the worst kind of liar because she's so not good at it. Instead of defending herself
awful.
for coming up with a lie, just continuously say, I don't know.
I don't recall. Oh wait, but now you do remember because you're referring to this specific part of that conversation. But when you don't want to refer to that specific part of the conversation, you don't remember. I mean, come on, man. Like, in fucking fairness, like.
It was bad.
And
I was cringing.
It was so. I had, what's it called? Fremdschäme? Is that what it's called? Fremdschäme?
Like
It's the German word for secondhand embarrassment, I think.
Oh, like when she was talking at times, I had to put it on mute so that I didn't hear what she was saying. Because
it was that cringe.
I was cringing.
And she tried to roll with a couple of fake cries, or she'd say something that she thought was really profound, and I just go, okay. Anyway, so like she was just like, oh fuck, because like that usually works for people. Look who you're talking to here. Come on, man. Like, in fairness. Like, you know the way I am. Like, oh, it's Shad and Friday. Yeah, not Fremdschäme. What's Fremdschäme then? That's another thing, is it?
And Stephen finally put in the chat.
Oh, I saw. Yeah, I'm going to get to those here in a minute. So yeah, we'll go from there. Right, let me have a read of some of these. Sherry Feeney's become a new member. Thank you so much. You guys know what to do. The lovely Lucy, read the room hypocrite for $100 says, we appreciate you showing up, Mandy. It takes guts to be open to critique. I would say now, cards on the table, right? All things being fair, it took massive balls to come on this stream, right? I'll give her that. However, hubris was her undoing once again. She thought, I'll fucking smooth this. I'll talk my way out of this. Like, I mean, I might not be the best researcher in the world. In fact, I'm very far from even close to being a good researcher. But when I have facts that I know, and I know that she's lying about, then, and I know that I can keep my cool about, then I'm good at grilling people.
What I can't understand is she knows herself she's lying. She knows herself.
She knows that I know.
No response to it, but yet she still agrees to come on and just sit there and say that she doesn't.
Pure hubris. Pure hubris. She was convinced that she would come on here and that she would talk her way out of this. that she would just smooth it over like she does with everybody else. But this isn't an echo chamber. There's 500-600 people watching this live at the time, at its height. So there's no way that like she could have thought she was going to get away with it. But in fairness, it took balls to come up, but being open to critique part about it, definitely not. She was using this as her soapbox. And I didn't like her at all in our conversations. When I told her, no, I liked her when I did the phone call. Of course I did. I freely admit that. That was intentional. I don't hide that for a fucking second, and I do not regret it, and I would do it again. When we were having a conversation, I was honest with her. This is to get it all out there, to finish this off, to bury the hatchet. All I ask is that you be honest in order to do that. And she wasn't. Clearly, she wasn't honest. It wouldn't take a genius to figure that out.
I don't even think she knows what the truth is herself. She looked that confused.
Yeah.
I think she's starting to believe her own lies.
Oh, without a doubt. And she was scrambling. She was scrambling hard to try to cover things up as best she could. But failed miserably, to be quite honest with you. Let me see here now. I'm not sure what that is about. Sorry, I'm just looking up at some stuff here. Okay. So anyway, Paul Fraser Scotland says, "Hi, beautiful Miss Mandy and Cuz Irish Team. Loved you both. I've lost my partner of 26 years recently. I am so sorry to hear that, Paul, my friend. I really, really am." Paul Fraser from Scotland lost his partner of 26 years. Ah, shit, Paul. I'm very sorry to hear that, my friend. Paul is one of the nicest people I know, hands down. And I'll definitely do a dram for your late partner, Paul. May your late partner rest in peace. And I hope you find some level of comfort and happiness eventually. I know it's not easy, of course. But yeah, absolutely sláinte. Very sorry to hear that, Paul. I really am, my friend. Absolute gentleman, like. Yeah. PhD fucking Tony, mate, from Australia, says Adam was a bright, friendly person whose loss is a tragic blow to the community and a catastrophe for his family. I would rather remember him for who he was without rumor mongers muddying the issue. I couldn't agree more. Like, all of this was to finally, hopefully, put an end to it, because, in fairness, she'd been perpetuating these lies and then doubling and tripling down on them. And it was a simple thing of, look, you've been called out. I gave the receipts. I gave the evidence. You've been called out. Just fucking go away. Even his mother asked her to stop. Stop lying about him. Stop lying about her. And she couldn't even do that. Like, fuck me. What more do you need? Pop Mom for $10 says, "Demon, you're a true gentleman." Thank you so much indeed, Pop Mom. And Read the Room Hypocrite, the lovely Lucy says, "Oh, excuse me. Can I chime in?" I think I know what you were going to say, actually, about the flights. So no, I absolutely didn't. Lucy helped me out with all that. Because I booked loads of shit and it all went to shit. Long story. Ron Reese for $5 says, "Adam understood making mistakes and coming back from them, but he also knew that you had to be honest about it in order to begin making amends." Absolutely. And that's what I was trying to achieve here. I'll be honest with you. Part of it was to put her on blast and be like, "Look, motherfucker, you've been lying way too much and people are not fucking happy about it. We want answers." And part of it was to be like, okay, if you want to come back from this, if you want to recover from whatever it is that's going on in your head, this is, in my view, the only way. And I was honest with her about that. I did not lie to her and blow smoke up her ass and let on that I was going to come on here and be buddy-buddy with her at the end of it. I told her I'd be respectful, and I told her that I'd give her an opportunity. I gave her more than enough opportunity to explain herself. And she tried, failed miserably, if you ask me. Max Redstone for $2 says, #anus burgers. Yeah, that was quite something. I couldn't fucking believe it when she said that she covered up the dollar value for my benefit. How very nice of her. What a lovely lady to do that for me, to protect me. So why'd you bring it up in the first place, bitch? Good try, though. I love that, like, of all of the attempted deflections, had that one been real, for example, that could have been a nice one for her, right? That could have been a not, I wouldn't call it a killer blow because it could have been about anything, right? Sure. But it was a nice one that she could have used and been like, you know, here you go, asshole. And for her to be so smug about it. And to even then, not only just to show how much of a shithead I am, but to then go on to claim that she altered the images to protect me, to show how good of a lady she is. And that's a common theme with her, right? You present evidence to her, and instead of responding and showing why it's wrong or why it's mistaken or why it's out of context, it's okay. So he's showing how terrible I am. I better get something to show how shitty he is instead of actually responding. Stephen Kurtinik for £2 says, how many anuses to the pound? It's a really bad exchange rate. Last time I heard there's a lady near here that's it's about £80 to the anus. OnlyFans. £80 for the year. You can see as much of it as you like. Mine is on OnlyFans. It'll cost you more than that though. Zatsu's been a member for a whole 2 years. Holy flying shit. Congratulations, my friend, and thank you for being here. The shit show, Miss Mandy, just got even shittier. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what her response to all this is going to be. Will she do the live stream that she threatened to do last night? I don't know. Was her apology to me, because she did apologize to me earlier for being nasty on that voice call last night, was that legit? Probably not. Mine was, though, to be fair. I was like, look, I am sorry for blowing up at you. I probably should have handled that a little bit better. And I should have. But I think in order for me to be able to do tonight in a calm way, blowing off that steam last night definitely helped. So Little Wolf said, did this accomplish anything? I would say absolutely it did. It accomplished showing everybody under no sorry, what was I going to say? Under no, what's that term? My God. Anyway, showing everybody finally coming from her own mouth how much of a fucking liar she is, holding her feet to the flames and showing why the lies, the vile lies that she puts out about Adam, about her mom, about his family, about me, about Shiz, about anybody else, essentially, that she talks about, just to give some level of relief. Because I've gotten abuse from people all week because of things Mandy said. Do you still believe those things? Even though I myself backed it up and showed how what she was saying was bullshit. You heard it from her own mouth today. Oh, if I did say those things, then I'm sorry. Yeah. If you were that sure about yourself, you'd say, hell no, I didn't say that shit. Prove it. Show us. She wouldn't bring up her Discord and sign in. Fine. I don't think I'd be comfortable immediately bringing up my Discord because, you know, there's private conversations and stuff on there that you don't necessarily want to have on the air. I get it. But if you're that sure about it, just go in and zoom in and type in her name and see if the conversation comes up. At first, she said she did find it. Then she changed her story and said that it was somebody called Sheena. Convenient. Very convenient. I mean, her picture's got bright purple hair. You know what I'm saying? Anyway. So I would say, yes, it did achieve something. It showed the lies. It showed how willing she was to just come on here and lie, no matter what the consequences for anybody else. At the end, the way I caught her in a direct lie. There can be no. Can anybody remember what her answer was when I asked her why did she say that she covered out that dollar amount? That's why I asked her what the dollar amount was. I was like, you know, tell me what the dollar amount was if you feel so passionately about it. Actually, that's a really good point. Let me put Limey's GoFundMe in the side chat. And absolutely, if anybody would like to donate to that, let's say there's over 400, there's nearly 500 people watching right now. If everybody put in 50 cents, that'd be another few £100 towards any expenses that might arise out of it. So if you're thinking of sending a super chat or something to me, instead of doing that, send it to the GoFundMe. It is a bit easier than the PayPal. The PayPal was ideal when we were trying to figure out how to get everything working in a good way. But honestly, it's just more confusing than it's worth. So the GoFundMe, even though it takes a little bit longer, is definitely the best way to go. So I would really appreciate any support there. I'm just going to get the link for you now. And Where is that? Mother of God. I've got just stuff all over the place here now because I've been trying to get all my ducks in a row. It wasn't easy, but we got there. I'm gonna put up something here in the side chat in just a minute for somebody to have a look. Did I not just post the link? I don't know where it went. It's taken a while to kind of catch up on the chat. So I'm just going to refresh it and put it back up again. And then I will I'll post it. And you know, the other thing about all this as well is like I've had, you know, there's a few people in the past few months who maybe came out, you know, hard on me for different things or whatever. And you know, a lot of those people have since kind of messaged me and been like, you know, a lot of this stuff came from Miss Mandy and she said this about you or whatever, and I took it the wrong way and I'm sorry for believing her. And you know, I completely accept 100% unquestionably those apologies because that's the adult thing to do, right? It's like, okay, I fucked up and I'm sorry. And like there's been countless times on here where I've said something and I'm like, you know what, I'm actually wrong about that and I'm sorry. It's just, you know, it's not a tough thing to do, you know. Oh, fantastic. I'm going to just skip a few super chats just to get to this one because this is very important, something close to my heart. Mama Bear says, and has been a member for 19 months, just to lighten the mood, Kane got honor roll IDA. Congratulations, Kane. If you could show this to Kane at some point later today, congratulations, Kane. I'm so proud of you, bud. I know that you work very, very hard for everything you do. And I'm incredibly proud of you. Well done. And if anybody wants to just drop an old a purple love heart in the side for our good friend Kane, congratulations, buddy. Well done. And I know you're doing your mom really, really proud. Well done, buddy. Prissy, Texas Tomboys, become a new member. Thank you so much for joining. You know what to do in the side chat. Mary Smith for $5 says, and now that shit show's over, here's something petty. Oh yeah, that's the nipple going. Thank you. If I squeeze both nipples at the same time, would my body take a screenshot? Anyway, Tio Mac for £2 says to help buy your anus back on behalf of McOnion. Do you know where the McOnion thing came from? I'd made popcorn, and our good friend Lucy, who is Read the Room Chip Crit in the side chat, we were chatting one day, and we both love popcorn. It's one of our things. We just chill and eat popcorn and watch TV at the end of the day. And she sent over these collection of beautiful different popcorn seasonings. All I know really is butter, salt, and sweet and salty popcorn. But this has opened a whole new world to me, including like cheesy flavors, whatever. And one of them is sour cream and onion. So I was like, what name will I use? Fucking Mac. And I looked at the thing and it says onion. I was like, Mac Onion. Why not? The more ridiculous, the better. But thank you so much, Theo Mac. PhD fucking Tony for $5 Aussie says the thing to focus on is how fortunate we all are to have had Adam in our lives and how important it is we value good people while they're here. Absolutely, Tony. Absolutely, my friend. Stephen Kurtnick for £5 says, get the machine to me. I'll doll it up and pay for the shipping to the winner and throw in support. Thank you so much, Stephen. You've been an amazing, amazing support in all of this. And I really do appreciate everything you've done. I really, really do. But yeah, absolutely. Damn it. I don't have the laptop here. It's the same as the one I have. It's a ThinkBook by Lenovo. Really good laptop. And so yeah, we'll do a bit of a I don't know. You guys let me know in the side chat what you think. Should we do it like as an auction? Should we do it as like a raffle type thing? Whatever you guys think. And yeah, hopefully make, raise a couple of funds for that as well. I think that'd be absolutely fantastic because, it's something that they're going to need support with. And I'm more than happy to step in and help in any way I can, all right, where was I? So Popcorn Mom for $2 says she has the memory of a 90-year-old goldfish. Only when she wants to, though. Rebecca Dirty South Cats for $5 says for the Mrs. Demon Anus Fund. I love that. That's so funny. And the woman herself says, I'm so proud of how you handle that. It takes a strong person to do that, especially while going through all that you have. Thanks, babe. Yeah, no, it's been a rough road. Like, I mean, you know, it's not even just that, like, but personal stuff. And yeah, let's just say I've been under a lot of stress, I suppose, for the last few months. And I'm happy to say that, you know, despite all of this, I've been kind of coming nicely out of the stress. I'm starting to get things back on track the way they need to be. And yeah, it's, you know, I'm starting to feel much, much better. And that's probably a good reason why I was able to handle this in a kind of a calm way. Prissy Texas Tomboy for $2 sends 2 anuses. Thank you so much indeed. That is a lot of ani. Teresa Brewer for £5 says, we all knew you were telling the truth. What she said was hurtful, vindictive lies. Absolutely. And that's the thing. So I have no doubt that other than, you know, 5 or 6 people that were really, really fighting her corner, other than them, there was a few kind of holdouts that said that they weren't sure or they just didn't want to be involved. And I get that. Like, that's fine. That's fine. You know, like I was in the same boat a few months ago, where no matter what drama was handed to me about me or others, I was like, guys, I don't have the emotional capacity or the energy to deal with this right now, no matter what's being said about who. And I didn't. And so I don't blame people for not wanting to be involved. I just hope that this whole thing, even though we all knew she was lying out her ass anyway, that this whole thing maybe will put it to bed for a lot of people who are unsure. And it's one thing for me to come up and tell you these things and show you these things. It's another thing entirely to have me be able to actually put these questions to her directly. Now, there's a lot of things that went unanswered there. A lot of things. Not just in what I covered. Like, she barely fucking answered anything. In truth, you know, she barely answered anything directly. There's a lot of things that haven't even been remotely covered, like the alleged email from Shiz. That one's massively problematic. Why did she crop out the email address or who it came from? Among a bunch of other things, asking people for money for food for her and her son. There's absolutely no problem asking for help. And then to rail on those people afterwards, but also then finding out that her son wasn't actually living with her at that time. Telling people she had 4 sisters or 3 sisters. I think she only has 1. It's just constant lying. It's just whatever works for her in the moment. She just goes with that, you know? And so yeah, having her up here on the stand, Your Honor, answering the questions directly, she had no way out at that point, you know? Yeah. So anyway, I hope I addressed that one well enough there. Stephen Curtin for £2 says, if there's a raffle, I'd like to donate a second one. Fantastic. Thank you so much, Stephen. So would that be like 1 for first place or like 2 joint first places or something like that? If so, by all means, man, that would be, fuck it, that'd be amazing. It really, really would be. And I'd say we'd be able to kind of raise extra funds and all that kind of stuff for the family. And, you know, they're not asking for that. But I think because of the expense of all these things that are going to come up over the next few weeks, I think it's something that they will need help with. I'm sure, you know what I mean by that? Like, I'm not, you guys know what I'm talking about. It's a big expense. And if it's something that we can help with a raffle, I think first place should be the one that I gave Limey a couple of weeks ago. Because I think there might be some people out there that might want that. Or what we could do is we could auction. Actually, here's what we're going to do. We'll auction off that one. Maybe. We'll talk about it. And we'll figure it out. We might do that. Maybe we might do that tomorrow, maybe, or at the weekend. We'll see how it goes. But definitely, I think it's a really positive way to do it. And of course, I'll sign it right on the screen. No, obviously not. But I think it'd be a nice thing for somebody to have, you know, especially if they were a fan or whatever. I think it'd be a lovely thing to have. I'm tickled pink at having the keyboard. Like, I think that'd be a lovely thing to put in the background. It's not a big deal thing, but it's like a small thing that every time I see it, I'll know, and that's a lovely thing, and I really do appreciate it. Becky for £2 says, Stink Wrinkle UK conversion. Stink Wrinkle. Okay, I'm gonna have to get other names for anuses in the side chat, please. What do I know? Bicycle spokes, spider's nest, chocolate starfish. There's a load of them. Anybody got any other good ones? Because I always like, what's Chloe's favorite way of calling it? A ring piece is what she calls it, which is quite confronting. Nikki, it was so hard not to say it. I was going to lead with that. Honest to God, I was going to lead with that when I was like, so you blocked that out, did you? Well, here's that very same screenshot without everything redacted. And I was about to just go, gotcha, bitch. But I was like, if I do that, she's going to bunk, right? Rather than actually giving me an opportunity to speak to her. So I was like, no, you know what? I'll hold that. But I'm glad you thought the same thing. Thank you so much. Gotcha, bitch. You better shut the fuck up. Flying Monkey 1. Fantastic to see you here. I love Flying Monkey 1's channel. I won't deny it. I often see things on there and like, I am ganking that shit because that is fucking hilarious. And I caught one of your lives one day and I pissed myself laughing. Such a down-to-earth, just funny lady. Oh my God, man. Love what you do. And you've got a great eye for it as well. And I love it. And I take great pleasure listening to the stuff you put up. Thank you so much. For $10 says, great stream. Hi, Chloe. Oh, Chloe gets all the attention. The fuck? I mean, she's cuter and funnier than me, but whatever. See, is there any other ones that people have? Balloon knot. I love that. Turd cutter. That's fucking vile, but it's funny. Balloon knot. That's a good one. I can picture that. That's hilarious. Tootsie Roll Factory. Okay, that's also gross. I thought I saw another one. Hoop is like a quality one. That's old school and I love it. Rusty Sheriff Star. Very good. Very good. Has anybody ever heard of a rusty trombone? What is that noise? That's not good. Oh my God. Let me see here now. Loaf pincher. That is fucking also vile. Susan O says, and she's been a member for 10 months. Irish Demon is accused of stealing anus. Yeah, somebody donated a whole load of anus to me, and I never passed it on to the intended recipient, Mr. Mac Onion. Could you get more ridiculous? Isn't it amazing how it went from being an incredibly potentially serious accusation and a very serious looking screenshot to the most fucking ridiculous thing you've ever seen in like an instantaneous flash? I love that. I fucking love that. Oh, her face. Oh, that's going to be burned in my memory forever. I love it. This is the burying the hatchet with chili thing all over again. The only thing is, I'll be like the boy who cried wolf. Anybody who I actually want to bury the hatchet with is going to be fucking really weary. Navy Girl for $5 says, I lost my partner in 2020 and can't imagine going to social media to gain sympathy. That's what it looks like was happening. I tend to agree. First of all, let me say I'm very sorry to hear about the passing of your partner. I think it's twofold, or at least I'll give you what my I know I'm not like fucking Sigmund Freud here, but I will try my best to explain how I see it. I think that it's a multifaceted thing. I think number one, I don't want to say like a sociopath, but she seems to have some kind of sociopathic tendencies or something along those lines. I might be using the wrong words. Oh my God, Woofles, you missed a fucking dinger, baby. It was amazing. Anyway, so I think there's some like sociopathic kind of tendencies there to some extent. She is clearly just, I mean, I've never seen somebody to be such a liar. What's the term that we use for that again? I'm really tired, by the way. I'm on very low levels of sleep at the moment. There's a name for it. Somebody who lies just nonstop, no matter what. There's a term for it. Oh my God. Oh, she's a narcissist for sure. Oh, yes, thank you. Pathological liar. She is a pathological liar. Like, she was given an opportunity. The evidence was fucking overwhelming. Overwhelming evidence. And she still lied. And I gave her an out. Like, that's an old cop trick where you give them an out, basically. And you're kind of like, well, maybe this is what you meant. And sometimes they'll just take that. They'll jump at it and take it. And you could see her kind of thinking about it, like, should I just say that that's what it is, just to get out of this whole thing? But no, she decided to double down again. And that was a stupid thing to do. Really stupid thing to do. But yeah, so anyway, I think she is clearly a pathological liar. I think the lady is genuinely, she has got some serious issues, right? And I hope she gets help for that. And I mean that sincerely. Like, I really, really, really do. I hope that she gets help for whatever the fuck this is. It doesn't take away from the pain that she's caused. And she was so close, so close. And Mandy, if you're still watching, there's still a chance here. There's still an opening. I caught you in that live for a reason. Was it to make fun of you or make you look silly or any of that stuff? Yes, but that's not the only reason. The other reason was because I wanted to show not just everybody here live how quickly you will lie and make things up to cover yourself, to make somebody look bad and to make yourself look good, but also you did it live and you proved it to yourself, right? You were confronted with your own lie in real time with incredibly overwhelming evidence, considering you yourself said, this is, this means this, and I did this. Oh, did you? I did it. And like, I went so far as to ask her, what was the dollar amount? And you can see her thinking, oh, fuck, I can't answer that question, can I? And she couldn't. So, well done. I'm assuming that she has posted the link to my StreamYard in her Discord somewhere, because somebody's just entered the room. I won't be accepting anybody up on the stream, guys. I'm sorry. You might be the nicest person in the world, but I won't be accepting anybody up on the screen because I don't want anybody causing any problems. So I am sorry if you were hoping to get on. But that was a nice attempt, though, if that is indeed what she's trying to do by posting that out. So yeah, so I think to prove it to her in real time to herself, because it was coming from her own mouth, that she was in fact a liar, and she was caught live in a lie. You told me that you blocked that out because you wanted to hide the dollar value to help me. Well, the dollar value was the word anus. And if you'd seen the word anus on the unredacted version, you wouldn't have used it, would you? Or the fact that it came from my fiance, or the fact that the guy was called Mr. McOnion. And she obviously didn't see. Oh, sorry. Did I accidentally post that in my Discord? I apologize, Mandy. I do apologize. Genuinely. See, look, that's one where it's like, okay, I not accused, but I implied that perhaps she would have done that. Oh, I am a dickhead. I'm sorry. The link I pinned up there is the StreamYard link. That is my bad. Again, and for that, I genuinely do apologize, Mandy. But I think it was a fair accusation or whatever. But I am sorry. No, that's my bad. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry for burping directly into the fucking thing. What I was trying to get was the GoFundMe link. How did I fuck that up so dramatically? I'm just going to make sure that this link actually works first, because it might not be the whole link. It is. Alrighty. So yeah, that is how you do it, Mandy. You go, you know what? Yeah, I was wrong. I shouldn't have blamed you for it without having any evidence. It was just a supposition, and I apologize. Let me see here. I just had a question come through. I will get to the rest of these as well. You take care, Kitchen Court chat. It was absolutely great to have you here. And again, another person whose content I really enjoy. Am I missing anything here, guys? It's not personal crap. I'm sorry, but this is a really important topic. I'm sorry. A lot of people have fallen foul of this woman. One of them, my friend, and his family and everything. And then to continue lying about him and them. No, sorry. It's not, you're right. This isn't what I usually cover, and it's not going to become a habit either, but it's still very important to me and important to a lot of people. Danny says, how would blocking her words on your stream benefit the dollar value? Wouldn't that only be perceived as her attempt to save face? So it was actually kind of the other way around. So she was blocking out the words to protect me, is what she was trying to say, essentially. Why is my computer making noises? Oh yeah, it's because I over scrolled. All right, let me grab another few of these and go from there. Dib has been a member for 14 months. Says everyone take a breath and have a better day. I think, I think we've put this all to bed now. No matter what comes back or whatever, we've put it all to bed. I think I've proven my point on all of this stuff. I'm gonna just give this bit of a breakdown to respond to any of these questions, and then that's the end of it. I just saw PhD Tony's super chat here, and what he's saying is 100% right, and I absolutely agree with what he's saying there, and I'm going to adopt that as well because I think it's the way to go. It's me, Mario Rui, has been a member for nearly 2 years. It says one demon nip, €10. His Brony fans is expensive. That is an actual fact. Mario did in fact send me €10 one time on PayPal for me to send a picture of my nipple. And he fucking loved it. Jude Curio for $2 says toward lost pay because of this shit. I appreciate that. Thank you so much indeed. But that's the thing. That was never an issue, really. That was something I was like, look, it's going to be a week or two. That'll be rough. And then I'll just work my ass off for the next 2 weeks. Do you know what I'm saying? But no, I really do appreciate that. Paulie. Evelyn for $10 says everyone must pay for the consequence of their behavior and actions. She now has had hers. It's called karma. Absolutely. I agree. And I really hope, Mandy, if you're watching it right now, I'm sure other people are going to take issues with you and are going to want to, they're going to want to talk to you or have you comment on things, whatever. That's fine. But you came up here, you said your piece, I said my piece. I think I know who agrees and who doesn't. And that's good enough for me. I think we've proven everything we need to prove now. So I agree with Evelyn and PhD Tony and everybody else really at this point. I think she came up here and she bombed hard, but I think it proved the point. Whether or not, and I said that to everybody, during the week, whether or not she'd come on and admit to anything or agree to anything makes no difference. It'd be apparent from the way she was acting and her responses, be they truthful or not, that people would know straight away. Mama Bear, again, thank you so much for that. And again, congratulations, Kane. I'm very proud of you, buddy. Stephen for £2 says, I'll get Beth to pick up the keyboard for you, mate. I might get it when I'm over there. I'll let you know. I'll let you know. Thank you so much. Beth is his assistant. Jessica for £5 says, hey, Demon, been away for a bit for autism reasons, and I come back to this. Demon being Demon as always. I hope you and your family are doing great. Thank you so much. We're doing absolutely brilliant. As I say, it was for me personally and for Chloe and the family in general. I went through a bit of a bad patch there coming up to Christmas. I wasn't feeling myself, and thankfully I'm massively back on track now again and doing really, really, really well and having a lot of fun. So anyway, yeah, thank you so much indeed. I really appreciate it. It's great to see you back. I hope you're doing really, really well out there. I missed your face popping up there in the side chat. Colin Definitely Not Cromwell says, I'm a little confused. Did you send the screenshots to her already redacted, or did she redact them herself? That's the beauty of it. I sent them to her already redacted. So that when she inevitably brought it up, because I knew she would, when she brought it up, that I would be able to go, well, here's the unredacted one. Why are you lying about this as well? Or just to prove to her that trying to make me look bad isn't going to make her look any better. But then she brought it to a whole nother level that I didn't think she would, in saying that she blocked out the dollar value to protect me. And the dollar value was, as previously stated, the word anus. Yeah. Vixter says, Demon set no traps. He was beyond fair with Mandy. Actually was, I suppose, back to that, the only trap, I suppose, that was there was that last one. And it was purely just, some of it was from my own entertainment, but some of it then, or most of it really, in fairness, was to just prove to people that like this is something that she is going to come and lie about this thing. And I had no doubt that she would lie about where she got it from and what it meant and all the rest of it. I had no doubt in my mind. And then she did. But then she took it to a whole other level that I didn't expect. And I'm like, oh my God, thank you so much. You've just like double proven what I was going to say. Well done. PhD Tony for $5 says, we should remember what Mandy has done and what that says about her. But by far the more significant issue is Adam's memory and his family. And again, I totally agree. Absolutely. I absolutely agree. And on that, we'll have another little dram. It's late night. Well, I can't drive anywhere right now. My car's being worked on, but sláinte what. But yeah, no, I absolutely totally agree. And like, now, unless she starts absolutely reeing out on a live stream or something, then I'm just not going to need to cover her anymore. To be honest, I think I've completely proven my point. The discussion salon, Discussions Crime and History for £2 says, can we laugh at Chili and his begging video now? Begging video, you say? All right. Tell me more. I'm down for a bit of that. I've got like about 20 minutes left. Then I got to go eat something because I'm absolutely starving. Yeah, if that's something that's out there, I'll definitely have a look at that. Shisha87 says, thank you for all. Shisha, I don't recall you. I don't recall us ever talking before. Oh, wait. Yes, I do. Oh, wait. No, you mean Shisha. I thought you were talking about Shisha. Like, come on, man. Anyway, sorry. It says, thank you for all of this, Irish Demon. I hope it was as cathartic for you as it was for me. It was. I gotta be honest with you. Like, the screaming match we had yesterday, I would still be doing that right now if I could. Like, I would have kept that going for 24 hours because that was cathartic as fuck. I mean, goddamn, I fucking hit the roof. And like, Chloe came out, she was like, what the fuck? Because she didn't know what I was shouting. Because I don't shout at home, you know what I mean? Like, I don't shout anywhere, really. I'm like, you know, I might be a little bit loud, but you know, I don't shout. So she was like, what the fuck? She got the fright of her life. And then she just heard me shouting, saying like, fuck you, Mandy. And then she was like, oh, okay. And she just turned around and walked away again. I was like, oh, okay. But anyway, yeah, it was. And I suppose the overarching thing there is just, I think, again, you know, we've proven what we came here to prove. And she was an incredible help in all of that. And I truly appreciate it. Lady Poe's been a member for 16 months. It says, some will play the victim forever. She's just too comfy now. I'm proud of you. Side note, you and Chloe are adorable, and I'm so happy to have her. Thank you so much indeed. And she is very adorable. Not quite as adorable as moi, but she is quite adorable. Oh, bollocks. I was gonna say something else about that, and now it's gone. Doesn't matter. It must not have been that important, I suppose. Oh yeah, so like, yeah, that victim mentality, I think you're right. People do get comfortable in that mind frame and stuff like that. But honestly, I feel like this is a bit deeper. I think there's more to it. Like, I genuinely think that this lady genuinely does have like proper mental health issues. I'm not going to take that away. And I even, at the end, I surprised myself actually a little bit because I felt like fucking shitting on her from orbit, truth be told. But you know, towards the end there, I was kind of looking at her and she looked to be tearing up. And I thought, is this the moment? Is this the moment where she actually comes to terms with the fact that, yes, she has a problem and she needs to resolve it? And we nearly got there. We got there a little bit. But then it just, something held her back, man. And I'm just going to be honest. And I know people might give me shit for this, and that's fine. Genuinely, regardless of all of this shit, right? And the pain she has caused everybody that's involved. If she needed help, I would want her to get it. And if it was something that I could help with, I would. But she really, really needs it. She really, really needs it. Big time. But then again, at the same time, I think that perhaps she was crying because she was frustrated that she'd gotten caught. Maybe. Was that apology for hurting everybody genuine? I don't believe so. I don't believe so. And I'm sorry if it was a little bit sharp of me and maybe a little bit ungentlemanly of me to tell her that I don't respect her. But I couldn't, and that's not in my nature, truth be told. Like when I'm talking to people face to face, I'd find it very hard to be kind of, standoffish with people face to face, genuinely. But I couldn't sit there in good faith and go, yeah, I respect you too, in some kind of a convoluted way to get her to respond the way I wanted to. Not a hope. I do not respect her. And that's the sum total of it. I thought we were here to bury the hatchet. Yeah, provided you told the truth. Just because I said we're going to bury the hatchet, I said to her straight up, guys, I said, we will bury the hatchet, sure, as long as you come and you're honest and you back up your claims and I back up mine, or you're able to respond to my claims in a correct manner or whatever. And she didn't do that. And I still gave her an opportunity at the very end. You come on, we can put this to bed now. And she saw this as an easy way out. She saw this, well, Irish Demon buried the hatchet with me. I tried. I gave you an opportunity. I'm not saying that I necessarily wanted to. Oh yeah. Like, are you saying that you only shout at people you don't respect? I mean, that is a sick part. So what? Yeah, no, that's pretty much true. Like, I mean, when she was like, I couldn't bring myself around to say that I respect this lady. I find it very hard, and again, I'm just being honest about it here. I find it very, very, very hard to find anything to respect about her. I respect the fact that she came on here and had the balls to come on here. But then the flip side of that is, what were the motives for coming on here? They were twofold, or maybe threefold. Probably to dissuade people's opinion of her somewhat. As she said, like, I accept that she may, for example, the brain surgery thing, right? I accept she may have genuinely been mistaken about that. That was a very reasonable answer. But literally everything else. Oh, all the times I have never yelled at you. You were just really far away and you're old as shit, so you couldn't hear anything. I was just raising my voice for your benefit. That's all it was. I'd never raise my voice to PhD Tony. Fucking hell. And you can talk. Yes, I fucking can. That was one of the most glorious moments in the history of YouTube. Still, it was fucking amazing. But anyway, yeah. So, like, I think, again, I think it put a lot of shit to bed. Somebody said something about Chili's. What was it? Something about him putting up a video or some shit like that. We'll see. A begging video or something. Now, I did hear from Project Constitution, Colin. He put up. Oh wait, no, there was a stream, I think, or was it a video that he's out of jail? Oh, and the arrest video's there. Thank you, Chili. You will round this. You will round this night out well, my friend. But yeah, absolutely. Oh shit, what's this? Oh, okay, never mind. Sorry, I totally misread something there, and it could have been catastrophic. The Yes I Can heard around the world. That was fucking amazing. Yes, I fucking can. It was like the worst. Oh no, that wasn't going to work. Damn it. It's a slightly different sentence, but it'll work anyway. It was like the worst Barack Obama impression ever. Yes, we can. Yes, we fucking can. What I love about that with Tony, right, and I've often said this, oh, my motherfucking light is not working, is the fact that he is hands down, and I'm not just blowing smoke up his little Australian arse here, but he is hands down one of the most bestly spoken people that I've ever fucking encountered in my life. And I say it all the time. PhD Tony could dress you down in English and you wouldn't even know it's English, because he's using words that for the most part don't exist because nobody knows what they mean. and it's incredible. It truly is. But then he goes full fucking Aussie. Once he has a couple of drinks, he goes full Straya, and it's all fuck you can't you fucking dog motherfucking. Just typical Tony. Oh yeah. All right, so we're gonna have a look at Chili's arrest video. Hell no, you didn't miss a chance for the petty Shamrock super chat. Arthur for £2 says, "Did I miss a chance for a petty Shamrock super chat?" There's never a bad time for anything to do with pettiness and Shamrocks, truth be told. And thank you for having my back in that call yesterday. Sorry if I shouted at everybody to shut the fuck up and leave me shout. Yeah, me trying to play with fire is not a good idea. It's all right, do you know what? I'll stop talking for a split second here. I'm gonna get up this. I have to do it through a tab, don't I? I'm gonna get up his video here. And I'm just gonna run and get a lighter. And then I will return.
Oh, you guys can hear me okay. Give me a 5x5.
25.
I just got out of jail. I spent 12 hours in jail and a little more. And my crime was filming police in a non-emergency situation where they had put crime tape up.
Can I just add, what in the fuck is going on with the hair, man? Like, I haven't had a haircut in about 2 weeks, right? Like, my hair grows outrageously fast, right? But I never thought to myself, you know what? I'm 4'2", so I think I'll tack on another, 4 or 5 inches just by slicking my hair up like that. He looks like one of fucking Jedward. You guys know who Jedward is, right? Look up Jedward, Jedward, and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. This fucker looks like he got electrocuted, man. Like, my God. You know what he looks like? He looks like a methed out version of Johnny Bravo. Man, I'm pretty. You know that guy? Anyway, I'll play this for a second. I just got to run and grab a lighter, and my headphones are nearly charged, so I'll throw that in. So there's an echo.
A block around an intersection in Las Vegas. And I approached the cops. I have the video. I'm going to show it to you now. And the simple fact is that these cops got their ego. They got their butthurt pigs. Everybody do me a favor, hit the like button. I might be a little bit out of it. I was just in the slammer for 12 hours. So it was a little bit freezing cold. It was so cold. I was freezing cold the whole time. So I'm going to show you guys the video. It's just processing right now. It'll just take 1 second. I'm doing a fundraiser now because I am going to sue those jackboot thug pigs 100,000%. If you guys will use the pay apps, if I could try to collect $5 or $10 from every person to get out of jail, it cost me about $1,000. And I had a choice to either pay the $1,000 or wait for the judge to decide whether or not I'd get out on my own recognizance. Sorry, I'm obviously a little bit disheveled. I apologize. I did not respect their authority at all. And what I will do now is I'll sue them. I'm suing them for $5 million, and I'm going to sue them for $5 million more to try to teach them a lesson that you cannot arrest people who are journalists. And as you guys know, as I always teach you guys, when you involve yourself with cops, the first thing you do is you invoke your First Amendment right to.
So he did a 12 stretch. 12 hours. A 12 stretch. How did your fucking trifold work out for you there, bud?
Be press. So that's exactly what I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have a choice. When you get wrongfully arrested, you have to sue them. That's the only way we can hold them accountable. Yeah, I am doing. Thanks, JT. I appreciate your support, man. I just know this. Oh, here's just what it's going to cost. It costs $1,000 to get out. It costs $402 to file the federal civil rights
500
lawsuit.
quid for hair gel.
The attorney will cost about $2,500. So that's just where I'm at in just pure dollars that have to go out the door. And then today was Press with Rancor. Press with Rancor has something going on up in Michigan today that I was really concerned about him. And so let me see if this video is done processing. And
would he accept payment in anus? Because apparently I got a load of that I shouldn't have, according to Mandy. How many people has he actually sued over the years? Oh, he sued loads of people, but he won fuck all.
crowdfund my run for governorship, and I will win. This is, it's right there. If you guys want to donate at all, use the pay apps if you would, please. PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, or Zelle. If you use Zelle, you can.
All right.
That'd be great. But thanks. I appreciate.
I wasn't going to announce this yet, but I am announcing my own pay app. It's called Anus Coin. It's a crypto pay app, and you can pay in anuses. So whenever you're ready, let me know. I'll send you the link.
Your support. If you can, you can. And if you can't, I totally understand. You know, last week we did a huge fundraiser, and we helped. We helped Craig Hendry in Indiana. So let me show you guys the arrest video, and
this will be fucking
you'll see that I did indeed invoke my First Amendment right to be press. Let's watch this. I'll try not to interrupt it too much. I was heading to the gym, and I saw something down here open up for me, and Shanta, I just wanted to begin filming here as quickly as possible. I want you to notice something going on. There's no danger on the scene. There's no car accident. There's nobody injured. South Carolina versus Edwards, 1963, clearly states that if there's no danger to the public and you are filming or protesting police, if you're involved in a First Amendment protected activity, or if you're actively protesting police, then they have to give you ample time to leave. That's the 1963 case of South Carolina versus Edwards.
She's struggling to poo while I drive.
All right. Now, I'm well aware of the law, and there is no danger on the scene. There's nobody around. You know what's going on? You see, any accident's been cleared away, meaning that I have a right to be there as a member of the press. They put up crime tape. Now, I don't plan on going around that crime tape. However, what happens is you'll see the police officer instructs me to do what I do here. Now I go on the other side of the crime tape again, so I stay outside the crime tape. And now I'm going to walk down as close as I can to see what I can see with my camera.
Hey, once you pass this brick wall, just cut through the parking lot.
Okay. Okay. Did you guys hear that? I had not planned on going under that crime tape at all, but the officer told me once I pass the brick wall, cut through the parking lot.
Hey, once you pass this brick wall, just cut through the parking lot. Thank you.
He told me what to do. I followed his instructions. Now I go back on the other side of the crime tape again. I want you to notice I'm following the law. I don't know that there's other crime tape to my hard right that I can't see. I go around the brick wall. I go back around the other side of the crime tape. Now, to me, right here, I'm clear. The intersection's blocked off. I can't get to the intersection where the damage has been done or the car accident happened. So to me now at this point, I'm just filming cops. That's all I'm doing from here on out. Does it not appear as though I am now outside of the crime tape? It does.
So fucking choppy.
Pillows for suckers.
I don't exchange niceties with police. They're not my friend, and I know that.
Pillows for suckers.
Notice that I'm
as
outside
my
the
bike.
crime tape. These are cops in a
Just want to point that out. That's the same bike that I have.
parking lot. I can now stand wherever I want. These guys can't tell me where to go, where to stand. I'm clear. I went inside and outside the crime tape twice. You guys saw me do it. I followed the instructions of the police officer, of the copper, who told me to go on the other side of the brick and then cut through the parking lot. I'm cutting through the parking lot. And now at this point, it's just what I do. I film cops. I interact with cops. If they don't give me a directive, I'm not going to be mean. If they tell me what to do, I turn very mean and hostile.
Sir, can we help you? You could just do your job, mind your own business. That's what you could do. Excuse me? I told you, I would say it again, you could mind your own business. I'm doing my job. I appreciate your time.
I'm filming cops.
But just, if I was you, I'd just shut your mouth so I don't put you in your place. That's what I'd do if I was you. I'd shut up. If I was you. Unless you want to look like an idiot on YouTube.
We're still pretty close to the road, so let's push this out a little bit further.
Yeah.
So then he says, let's push the crime tape out a little bit further, meaning that I'm still not in violation of being on the wrong side of the crime tape. I'm perfectly within my boundaries to stand anywhere I want in a public space.
Wait for me. I'm okay. You
No.
but video over there.
Don't tell me where to stand. I'm a constitutional law scholar. I'm suing you guys for $5 million. I'll sue you for $5 million more. You don't have a right to tell me what to do.
And that's why I'm doing this crowdfund right now. As soon as I raise the money to sue these jackboot thug pigs, I'm going to sue them again. You do not get to tell me where I stand. I get to stand wherever I want. That's the law.
Shut your piggish mouth. And don't approach me. Shut your mouth.
Sir, do you see the crime
Shut
scene
your
tape
mouth
over there?
and shut your mouth.
You see the
I'm your
tape?
boss.
You see the
You
tape over there?
understand that? Shut your mouth. I'm
Really,
walking down
man?
the street. Mind your own
Right.
business. I'm just standing here. If you hadn't approached me, don't come behind me, piggy. Okay. If you hadn't approached me, I don't give a damn what you are. You're not a sergeant. Shut your mouth. I'm here doing my job. I'm a member of the press. I invoke my First Amendment right. Okay. Now, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right, so don't ask me another question.
There it is. I've invoked my first. I've invoked my fifth. At this point, I have a right to film what's of the public interest outside of the crime tape. Now I can whip these guys with my tongue all I want.
Really? Yeah, you're gonna make it that easy? You want to whip him with your tongue, do you? Hey, look, I don't kink shame, dude. I do not kink shame. I know you've got a bit of a thing for cops. You're like a man in uniform.
I have a right to film what's of the public interest outside of the crime tape. Now I can whip these guys with my tongue all I want. I do not have to listen to a single command or order that they say. That's just
And I always thought you'd be a sub, to be honest.
not how it works. I'm a free American. And as you know from your trifold, if we're going to have a free and robust society, then you should be able to use the word.
Take 3 steps back, gentlemen. I'm not your suspect. I'm here doing, okay, if you hadn't approached me, I don't give a damn what you are. You're not a sergeant. Shut your mouth. I'm here doing my job. I'm a member of the press. I invoke my First Amendment right. Okay. Now, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right, so don't ask me another question. Take 3 steps back, gentlemen. I'm not your suspect. Take 3 steps back from me.
So there's crime scene.
Take 3 steps back from me. I'm walking down the street. I can walk anywhere I want. There's not crime scene right here. The crime tape would be over here then, wouldn't it, dunce cap? I get you didn't graduate from high school, did you?
Tape right there, okay?
We're just asking you.
I don't give a rat's ass what you say. Do you understand that?
Sir,
I don't care what you say. I'm not breaking any laws. Make it difficult. If you'd mind your own damn business, we wouldn't be talking right now. If you hadn't opened your mouth, I wouldn't be talking to you.
Am I wrong here?
Yeah.
Am I wrong? I mean,
Yeah.
Whoever thinks I'm wrong, tell me now.
I am telling you now, you're wrong. You're a fucking moron that wants to do something to those cops' butts with your tongue.
I'm outside the crime tape. I followed the officer's directive when he told me go beyond the brick wall and cut through the parking lot. That's exactly what I did. Then when I saw the coppers in the parking lot and the intersection was taped off, so you couldn't go in the intersection, the coppers then said, we're too close to the street. Let's push this crime scene back, meaning that they would have to move the crime tape for me to be infringing on it, which they did not do. At this point, they start telling me what to do. If you tell me what to do, a free American, I will start to lambaste you. And if I tell you what to do, a free American, then I expect you to start to lambaste.
But they did, though.
To start to really use your words.
When they do, you tell them that they're not allowed to. Like, what are you on about, dude? I mean, goddamn. Arthur for £2 says, and no worries, it was funny. It fucking was. And for £5 says, didn't he say there was tape on the hard right? He couldn't see, so he didn't know he actually was inside the taped off area. I think he did say that, actually. Lindy Lou for $2 says, I will give them a tongue lashing. It's like if there's any fans of Blackadder out there, when he's like, how did he put it again? Oh, he's like, we're going to go out there and give those Jerrys a right good licking. He's like, don't be so disgusting, darling. I wouldn't lick a German if he was covered in honey. Ken Dalton says, lambaste me with your tongue, copper. That is really fucking gross to think of.
Use your law. Use what you know. Use your trifold. Use the Fifth Amendment cop card.
Exhibit A, why that doesn't work. Why? Because the fucking guy who wrote it and advocates for it got his dumb ass locked up. Here, by this thing that I'm currently demonstrating to you does not work.
Have I done anything wrong? Is there anything that I've done wrong? Can anybody
Well, the fucking hair for a start.
point out where I've done something wrong here? Now, I'm not polite to cops when they give me directives. I don't have to be. That's part of the First Amendment. I could tell you to go yourself, go pound sand, go kiss your sister. I could say anything I want. At this point, I have done nothing wrong. And I've stayed within the boundaries of the law. Yes.
You stayed within the boundaries of the fucking crime scene. That was the problem here in the first place. It's me, Mario Rui says, a flash heart. Flash by name, flash by nature. Let me hear your favorite. It's kind of mostly for the Brits and Irish people out there, but your favorite Blackadder quotes in the side chat. I just love the good old fashioned, it's me, hurrah. What a fucking show. I absolutely love it. It's stickier than when Sticky the stick insect got stuck on a sticky bun.
Absolutely. Absolutely. David said, you are provoking them. 100%. You, David, are allowed to say little comments to me and provoke me. Now, if we're on...
No, he's fucking not though, is he? Because whenever any of us go in there and say comments, you fucking immediately delete them and block people. Practice what you preach, little man.
On the street and it's free, then I can't do anything to you. It doesn't matter if I'm tougher than you or stronger than you or bigger than you. It doesn't matter
I have a
what's going on.
plan.
If we're on the street and you say to me, I'm going to film you, Chili, I can't stop you. All right. All right. If you guys would please hit your PayPal, your Zelle, your Cash App. I'm only asking for $5 or $10 from every person over the 4. I pro lawyers from now on to make sure.
You graduate from high
There's
school,
crime
did you?
scene tape right there, okay?
Where's asking?
I don't give a rat's ass what you say. Do you understand that?
Sir.
Sorry, real quick. I'm sorry for this. Is there any of again, particularly the Brits out there that's ever watched? Oh my God, fuck me. What's it called? Max and Paddy's Road to Nowhere. He really looks like Max in this. What's that other show they were on where they were bouncers? Anyway, yeah, just saying.
I don't
You
care
don't have
what
to
you
make
say.
it
I'm not
difficult,
breaking any laws. Make it difficult. If you'd
We're-
mind your own damn business, we wouldn't be talking right now. If you hadn't opened your mouth, I wouldn't be talking to you.
I'm
just filming this.
You're okay to film.
I'm a member of
I'm
the
just
press. I
asking you to
told
film
you I
over there.
invoked my Fifth Amendment right. You
You
have
have
a
your-
right to
you
ask me
have-
questions.
Yes, they do. We've addressed this time and time again. And as a constitutional law scholar, you would think he would get this by now. They do Phoenix Knights. That's the one. Sorry. What a show. They do have the right to ask you questions. Absolutely, they have the right to ask you questions. It's a nonsense argument. What they can't do is when you've been arrested and you ask for a lawyer, then they can't continue to ask you questions. Well, they can, but it's kind of like a weird gray area where if you answered something, you don't necessarily, they can't maybe use it in court or whatever. But it doesn't mean that they simply can't ask you questions. That's absolutely ridiculous. You haven't been Mirandized.
You have your.
I got the
you have
First
your
Amendment.
press
What are the First Amendment?
You have your press.
I'm a
documents, sir.
constitutional law scholar, you dunce cap. What's it like to be
Sir,
so stupid?
There's
I wonder what
crime
that's
scene
like.
tape right there.
What's
and
it
that's
like
where
to
you
be a
need go.
moron?
No,
You walked
What's it like
underneath-
to not know our
Sir,
rights?
You walked underneath
Correct
the crime
him.
scene tape already.
It means sod off. 'Cause
No.
everybody said sod off.
I was instructed to go around the brick wall. Then I walked back under the crime scene tape. These jackboot thug pigs already said, let's pull the scene back further, meaning that I am now, by inference, understanding that I'm outside of the crime tape.
Hey, correct him, sir. Correct this man. Explain to him that he doesn't have a right. Don't
Sir,
put your hands on
You've
me.
already walked across
You
the
gonna
crime
He started grabbing me.
Grab me? Are you gonna run over and grab me? Are you gonna run over?
Sir,
I don't. I'm walking down the street,
Keep
gentlemen.
walking,
I have a right to film this.
Keep
You
walking.
understand that?
I understand.
I have a
I'm
right to film
asking
this.
you to
If you
film over
touch me,
there.
I will sue you.
Right, but you don't have the right to ask me to film over there, you jackboot thug pig. I'm free. You're not some protected class where I can't stand next to you and film you. I'm outside of the crime tape.
You
Warning
walked
cops
crime scene
every
tape
time.
already, sir.
I was walking down the street. I have a right to do so.
Okay, but we
There's
are
crime
telling
scene
you that you need to
Your cop
continue
told me to
walking.
walk over here. I have it on video.
Okay, and I understand that.
You're confronting me when you should be working on your
If you-
job.
If you
Why don't you
stop- let
shut your mouth and
let
step
me
away
talk
from
to
me?
you.
I'm just filming.
Let me talk to you. All right.
Who's the commanding officer?
Yeah.
Okay, then step back from me and leave me alone. I'll stop
No.
talking to you and I'll keep walking that
You
way.
keep walking.
Then go that way. Get out of my face.
No, I will stand right here. You can keep walking.
You're not my boss, bro. I'm yours. You understand that? I make the rules.
I gave you a lawful
I'm
order.
your
You need
boss.
to keep walking.
I
If
am
you
walking.
do not, then you will
I'm
be
getting.
arrested
What's
for
your name?
obstruction.
Your boss is about to throw, or your fucking servant, I suppose, is about to throw your ass in jail.
I'm Sergeant Hutchinson.
Okay, what's your name and badge number?
Ruin 17149.
What's your name and badge number? Okay, what's your name and badge number? All right.
Okay, you see those badge numbers right there? Name and badge numbers. Each and every one of you jackboot thug pigs will be listed in a federal civil rights lawsuit for infringing my First Amendment right, for wrongfully detaining me and wrongfully arresting me. I spent 12 hours in a freezing cold freaking dungeon. Freezing cold. They took away my hoodie. I was freezing. You have no
All right, Nelson Mandela, like 12 hours. I wouldn't like to be in there either. Don't get me wrong. But you fucking drew it on yourself.
idea how cold I was. It was awful. Listen to their names again.
Paul
All
Blart,
five,
I'm
all
telling you.
four of them, plus the supervisor.
Badge
I'm
number.
Sergeant.
Your name and badge numbers. I did not. I have it on video. Going
You
that
can't.
way.
You can't. That's the thing.
What is the crime scene about?
This is a fatal car accident.
Okay, so am I in any way near the fatal car accident?
You are.
Or
you
are you
are
just
on the
being a
wrong side.
dominating
No.
pig to me?
South Carolina versus Edwards, 1963. If I'm in danger or causing a public danger, then there's time, place, and manner restrictions to being the press. However, it's clearly identified in the video. Time, place, and manner would not be an occurrence here because there is no danger. I'm causing no public danger. No public persons is in
Very true.
danger. South Carolina versus Edwards, 1963.
Okay, so am I in any way near the fatal car accident?
No, I'm not. It's cleaned up already.
Or are you just being a dominating pig to me?
Yes, yes, he's being a dominating pig.
There's no reason to
I have
try
not
to
been
detain me or
disrespectful to
arrest
you at
me.
all.
I've done nothing
Yes, you have.
wrong.
I haven't been
I'm not.
disrespectful.
There's no.
Yes, you have. You started telling me what to do. You're not my daddy.
Victim, there's no
No.
crime here. You're just being a
He
dominating
didn't
pig.
do it
What to do?
again.
You're
You're not my daddy.
not my daddy.
I haven't been
I'm not.
disrespectful.
There's no.
Yes, you have. You started telling me what to do. You're not my daddy.
Victim,
He's a
there's
naughty
no
little
crime.
killy. You're not my daddy. Arrest me harder, daddy. Almost threw up there. PhD Tony for 10 Aussie dollars says the police have the right to preserve the integrity of the crime scene and the investigation. They may have been making reasonable requests. Chili couldn't hear them because he was just yelling. Exactly. And like at the end of the day, right? If this was like a very serious incident here and like it was somebody's family had been injured or killed or whatever, he would be in there getting in the way of that, causing trouble for what? Bullshit.
Here, you're just being a
Crazy.
dominating pig. Leave me alone.
I have not been
All I'm
disrespectful.
doing is filming. All I was doing is filming the bikes, man. That's all I was
And all
doing.
I asked you was what you were doing.
And it's none of your business. Do your job. You don't have to answer to you. You're not my daddy. No, I have the officer over there on video told me to walk this way. Go ahead and arrest me and find out how quick I sue your ass.
I will sue them tomorrow. Tomorrow, the lawsuit will be written and the lawsuit will be filed this week.
Just do it. Okay, I have to walk the other way. So I'm going to be walking over here. Don't tell me what to do.
Because you're not
Here's
my
what I
daddy.
Don't tell me what to do.
Then let's just
You're
start
not my
walking.
boss.
I'm giving you a lawful order. Let's start walking now.
So then I comply anyway, even though it's not a lawful order. And as I start to walk, they begin to escort me and put their hands on me. And as I'm walking, they begin to try to walk faster and push me harder.
Let's go. We're going this
Are
way.
you going to put your hands on me now? Leave me the fuck
Let's go.
alone.
Listen, sir,
Don't-
this way.
Well, don't touch me, dude.
I'm just
I'm just standing here.
escorting you
I'm
to
just
where you
stand-
need to go.
Are you guys going to surround me? Leave me alone.
I'm escorting you to where
There's no
you need
reason
to
to
go.
do this. I'm not trying to fight anybody.
I'm
There's
not
no
saying you're
victim
doing
here.
it.
There's no crime. You're just trying to dominate another person. Just leave me alone. Okay, I can leave, but you don't have to walk up on
then
me.
let's go. You haven't
So
left
what's
yet.
the emergency? Is there an
Because
emergency?
we-
What I'm quoting here is South Carolina versus Edwards. I'm pointing out that there's no emergency here for the federal civil rights lawsuit if they decide to put their hands on me or wrongfully arrest me.
Everybody's dead, sir. Is that
Okay,
enough emergency?
Well, where
for
are
you?
they at?
Let's go.
Where are they at? Where are they at?
Exactly.
Are they right here?
There's no danger to the public.
Let's go, sir.
Am I causing
Let's
any
go,
problems?
sir.
Oh, now
Let's go.
I'm walking along, leaving.
The only thing you're
Come on.
doing is losing
Let's go,
your
sir.
cool, acting like an
Sir,
idiot.
the crime scene was
You're
right here.
acting like
Let's
a
go.
dunce cat.
Let's go, sir.
You're on camera
Crime scene
acting
was
like
right
a
here, sir. Let's
moron,
go.
bro.
Come on, sir.
No, look at this. I got 1, 2, 3.
Now that man starts to push me, literally put his chest into me and push me with his hands.
For what? What good's it doing? What good's it doing?
Just go on
You
the
don't
other
need
side
that
of the
for me.
crosswalk.
Go back to where
You
you're
just haven't left
going.
yet.
Now we're 20 feet away from the road where the crime tape was.
I'm walking right now.
Now let's
Oh,
go.
now you're threatening me with violence. Now this guy's threatening me with violence.
Come on, let's
Let's
walk.
go, sir.
I am walking.
Now they're pushing me. Look at their hands all over me. Look at that. Look at that.
You're
I'm
right.
walking.
All are escorting
And
you.
now they're
Don't
pushing
fucking
faster.
touch me, boys. Don't. What are you?
We're not gonna hurt you. Don't pull away. We look through. You got 30 fucking warnings. You got the double. You have to double. Look at my thumb. Right, you're putting 2 handcuffs on you. And why are you cuffing me at all? I'm bleeding. There's no reason to tackle me and put your hands on me. We did not tackle you. Okay. We done this whole thing. Yes, sir. We'll grab them.
So now here's the really crazy part that happens here. I want to show you something. What happened was when they knocked the phones out of my hand, you see the square on the upper left-hand side over here where it says the conversation after the arrest. When they knocked the phones out of my hand, they turned the phones off. But then when the jackboot thug pig puts my phones together in his hand, he hits the record button again. And so now we get to hear, yeah, I mean, right. So, I mean, even detractors, even people who dislike me, and there's some people, you can't say that I broke the law. I stayed outside the crime tape. I followed where the officer told me to go. Then I was in the parking lot. They said, oh, we should move the tape back from the street because that's the crime scene, inferring that I'm outside of the police tape. Then when they said leave, 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 even though it was an unlawful order, I started to meander over. South Carolina versus Edwards. They have to give you ample time to leave if there's no public danger and you're not a danger to the public, which both of those things are true. So now we're going to listen to the conversation that I had after those coppers put me in torture cuffs. Listen to what these coppers say. Listen to the rhetoric that these guys get going. So listen, this is a fundraiser. You guys know I just bailed out about $1,000. It's $402 to sue them. It's got about $2,500 for the lawyer for the first round for the federal civil rights lawsuit. And I'm going to sue 5 pigs, not just those 4 pigs, the supervisor pig. He also then watched the video. I played it back for him. I find it really, really ironic that they recorded the conversation afterwards.
What's wrong? Wait, not in the back yet. No. Oh, you said not in the back yet? No.
So they were going to put me in the back of the car, and the cop said, "Don't put him in the back yet," because the supervisor, I think his name was Mary, he knew that it was an unlawful arrest. However, once the butthurt pigs came around and started saying, "No, he was being mean to us," then he decides that he's going to arrest me. And you can listen to
Ron, didn't they had already arrested you at this point? Like they detained you, but he literally said, "That's it, you're getting arrested," or whatever.
I just want to go home. If you don't want me to sue you, fine. But I do sue you guys. You know who I am.
No, I don't know who you are. But
I'm delete laws. I sue you guys all the time. Okay. So you fight now.
Thanks, John, for the super chat.
You're welcome.
But my understanding of it, and I haven't heard everything, you can't film inside a crime scene. You got to be outside the crime scene.
Right. But can you record this? So it's
It
on
is
record?
recorded. Danny Rose 9830.
So I was walking to the park with the cop.
Danny Rose 9830. I think Mr. Rose was the grand poobah supervising pig on the scene. Danny, I warned you that if you arrest me, I'm going to put you in a federal civil rights lawsuit. That's exactly what's going to happen, Danny.
Danny Rose 9830.
So I was walking to the park with the cop pulled me over there on the bike. As I was going through the park, I filmed the bike. I said, "Well, guys, I'm just filming the bike." And it started being
That's inside a crime scene.
He told me that. It's on
I
camera.
wasn't over there. I'll find out.
Go after my car. He told me to cut through the parking lot. I was doing that. He just did this. I guess this stuff in the
Which one? You can listen to it. We got
which one? This one or this one? I'm a known journalist. I have 1 million subscribers. I'm not going to run.
Million subscribers. He's got 491.
Last one. You guys see this? You're after this.
Yeah, thanks, Dave. Use the pay apps or use Zelle. It's the best way to donate cash.
Anus coin. Use anus coin.
Danny Rose.
Fuck's sake.
Yep, sorry. It's upside down. So I'm trying to figure it out.
They put the cuffs on upside down, so it was really painful.
I was just talking to you. I'm a member of the press. I'm known across the country. If they just let me walk through and not give me directives, I wouldn't have said anything to them. I was just filming. All I was doing for again, it would be another $5 million lawsuit. That's what I do. This is what I do for a living.
Is that better though? That is this? Sorry, I just need to make sure it's in policy, so I'm not regulation. Sorry about that. Yeah, you can turn right. Everywhere left is shut down.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
tell them you can watch it.
No,
I
you
gotta
can't go that way.
76.
No, you can't go. You work there?
Yeah, I have my shirt on.
I know.
Overturn Jack Boot because I'm not rich, because I'm doing this for you too. I'm not going to jail just for myself. I'm fighting for our rights.
I think it's open.
No, I know. They called me in to work. That's why I was kind of confused. That's why I was like, when I saw
Right
the room.
now, I think it's closed. There's no cars that can go there. There's no pedestrians. But I gotta walk that way anyway. I'll walk you over there.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Just watch you. I gotta find out what they
It was
want.
the motorcycle cop just at the base of that gas station. He told me to help the gas station. He literally told me that.
All right, let's go. Just watch you so I can figure out your back.
Mr. Rose, you don't have to watch me. I won't do anything with unlawful.
No,
I'm
no.
detained.
Tell me
I
to
will
sit here.
remain detained.
So Mr. Rose was the supervisor on the scene. When they put the two phones together after they stopped the recordings, which I didn't ask them to do, which chills my First Amendment right. They turned my camera off. That'll be in the lawsuit. Then the butthurt pig pushed the record button again. Then they put both phones right on the hood of the car about 2 or 3 feet away from me. So I was trying to aim my voice towards the phone so people could hear what I was saying. And I wanted Mr. Rose to show that he was going to see the video. I don't think I got that part.
I will not run. I will not break the law.
God bless you, Mike, all on that. Don't worry about it, brother.
I don't know. I don't know how you got through. I think it was supposed to be shut down.
Literally told me to have to leave the parking lot.
Okay. Yeah, that area is supposed to be shut down. It's like we've been getting people coming through here, like, hey, you got to get out.
But he gave me a directive. I just happened to phone the bike from away. Can you get this right one too? Just a little bit. Yeah. You can put them on like bracelets, man. I'm not gonna try to get out of them. I'm not gonna run from you. I'm not gonna try to punch you.
You just need to literally do that.
Yeah. I'm not gonna do anything, dude. You can look at my channel. I'm wearing it. It's called Delete Laws. It should be live now. Oh, I'm not live streaming. Just recording. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Thank you. That's a little better. Yeah, thank you.
I think that's enough of that, honestly. I think we've kind of got the idea there. Yeah, just got arrested for being a fucking moron, truth be told. I just wanted to point something out as well. Just back to the Mandy situation, just briefly. Fucking think we might have unearthed another lie. You know the way she dipped out at the end there because she had a doctor's appointment to go to. She must have cancelled it, I guess, because she's currently in her voice chat on Discord. So I'm not really sure how she could be in both places at once. That is impressive, I must admit. Epiphanies is just writing back to me right now. I did ask her. I just said I hope the voice chat's going okay. Didn't she have a doctor's appointment to be at? I'm assuming all of her people that were watching, or sorry, all of her people that kind of usually come in giving me shit, were watching. And I would be interested for those people to reach out to me and tell me how do they feel about the situation now. You know, do they still kind of? Do they still think that she's being honest? Do they still think that, you know, oh, maybe I need to look into this more or question her about it more? Oh, yeah. I think I saw one of your comments there in my Discord there earlier. I mean, I hope she's okay because that was nasty. Like, that was a bit of a fucking burn there. I'm not going to lie. I never said that I would take it easy on her or anything. I said I'd be respectful and that I would treat her respectfully, and I did. I did. I was kind to her as much as I could be. And you know, it's just unfortunate that she had to go to that doctor's appointment, which she's not at right now. So, Rando Mando, if you want to tell her, look, obviously she's not at her doctor's appointment. If she wants to come back on here, she still has a chance. We were so close there at the end. We were so fucking close at the end there. She almost admitted to. I'm not expecting her to admit to everything. I agree in some respects. I do respect the fact that she did in fact show up and that she didn't back out. I do believe though that she thought she could just lie her way out of everything and make me look bad was a huge part of it. She thought she had a beautiful one there, and sadly she didn't, because it was my anus. My anus was her undoing. Never thought I'd say that before. I never thought I would say that. Idle 8 for $2 says, let's get the body cameras. My understanding is Project Constitution, Colin, is already working on that, as far as I'm aware. I don't know, Vixter, you would think so, because that was a shit show for her. Like that could not have gone any worse. I'm just glad that she didn't start a shouting match. She tried. She started getting a little bit kind of nasty there at times. I was like, look, let's just not do that now. Because if I started getting nasty, I think she was hoping for that as well, to be honest. I think she was hoping for me to jump down her throat a little bit there. Because it'll give her an excuse to bunk out. I wasn't having it. I'm like, if you need to bunk out, you better have a good reason for it, because that's the only way you're going to get it. And I'm glad that she waited till the very end to do that. I really am, to bring up that kind of bullshit. She never expected you to have all that proof. No, that's very true. And like the thing about it is, like, I will just reiterate that a lot of that proof that I was given, it's not something that I went out and found. People came forward with it. And in the case of some of the documents that I showed, for example, the thing about there's going to be a lot of ums and ahs here, fucking PhD Tony levels, because I'm exhausted. Let me see here now. It's not easy. You know, that is actually a very, very good point that I just got in response from Epiphanies. And like, that's a fair thing to say. I mean, obviously, we've had a bit of a rough few days, myself and Epiphanies, but I'll always give somebody the benefit of the doubt to some extent. That's actually a very, very good point. She may have had a telehealth appointment. That's very true. I won't say, you know what I mean? Fair enough. But anyway, Epiphany said, because I asked her, I was just like, didn't she have a doctor's appointment to be at? And she just said there, she said she had an appointment, but I have no idea if she did. We are still discovering things amongst ourselves. This is not easy for those of us who have supported her for so long either. None of us support her lies. We tried to talk some sense into her, just tell the truth, but she left the voice call. Not great. It was okay. We watched a little bit of a movie and chilled. Yeah, but it was so late. I think our Valentine's Day started about 2 hours late, as I think I didn't get out of here till like 2 a.m. But earlier in the morning we had a lovely breakfast and cards and all that usual shit. Let me see here now. Did I hear wrong, or did they say it was a fatal car accident? Oh, that's terrible. I hope not. She definitely does need professional help, and my understanding is that she is going to therapy according to her family, but she's just lying to the therapist as well. You know, it's a safe space where she knows it's not going to get out. Lisa says, I think you and Chloe should go for a nice dinner this weekend. That's actually not a bad idea. I think we both need a day off to just go and relax. It's been a hectic few weeks just in general anyway. So no, I agree. Yeah, I don't know if she's still awake. Chloe, if you're still watching, you want to go for a nice dinner at the weekend? Definitely. I think that's not a bad idea. Thank you so much indeed. But anyway, yeah, that's what Epiphany's had to say there. I'll just ask her if she has any way of asking her if she wants to have one more shot, one more bite at the apple, but I doubt it. You know, I'm nothing if not fair at the end of the day. Like, I will fucking catch people out and trip them up or whatever, but I'll do it. I'll give them every opportunity before we get to that, you know? Sorry, my phone is making loads of noise. Yeah, so she dipped from that voice call with those guys. That's a shame. Because, like, you know, again, like that could have been something that we could have had a conversation on, but you know what I mean? All right, sorry, just reading something here now. I just saw your message there, Random Ando, and you know, you make some very valid points there. I totally get that. What I would just tell you, I would just advise great caution based on what you described there about your own situation, and I'm not going to read that out, but I would just advise great caution to you because you, sir, respectfully, are the kind of target that she goes for. And I know it's not nice to feel potentially victimized or to feel like a target, but you fall within that category. So, based on what you've said to me there, you exhibited a lot of the behavior that a lot of men who've been involved with Mandy in some way or another, not to suggest that there's anything romantic or anything like that, but a lot of the men who've been around Mandy who have been going through difficult things, as you you know, alluded to there, that she uses people like you and weaponizes you against her detractors and people who call her out for bullshit. And you're a perfect example of that. So the other night, and I appreciate your apology, and I'll accept it on face value, of course. But the other night, when you came into the side chat, you were giving me shit and giving Shiz shit and all the rest of it, right? And as you said in your message to me there, obviously not in these words, but this is what I read from what your message says. You were weaponized, and you may have been in a vulnerable state, and that love bombing would make you want to do anything for that person, but you have been weaponized. She used you to come in here and try to make life uncomfortable for me because I'm one of her detractors and I'm going to stand here and call her out no matter what. And I get it. When you think that somebody is somebody who loves you, be it as a friend or romantically or whatever, when you see somebody like that in a light that you never expected, in a light that shows them being quite a nasty person in a lot of ways, and not just nasty as in she said a nasty thing, but vindictive and controlling and coercive. Think about it, and I would ask you to really think about this. Can you imagine a situation where, now I don't know if your mother's still with us or whatever, but just to give you context, if you had passed away, for argument's sake, right? Touch wood. And your ex-internet partner started saying that your mother was trying to, you know, get you switched off and all this kind of stuff. How do you think that make your family feel? I mean, it hurt me because I've met his mom and I know his mom and we've chatted pretty much every day since this all started. And I've stayed with them. I've been around them. Like, they're just, she is one of the most loving, kind people. And as he has said himself so many times, he's a very lucky fella to have had a mom like that. And she tried to besmirch that. And that's a horrible, horrible thing to, again, it's a horrible thing for you, I'm sure, as somebody who trusted her or somebody who saw her as a friend or somebody that she could, you know, that she could be somebody that you could confide in. But then you look at what the payoff was for that, right? She weaponized you against me. And I do recall your moniker from quite a while back. And my mom, everybody in here knows my mom. She was here earlier. My mom can sniff a bitch out from a mile away. She's well able. And she said it first time she ever saw her videos. She was like, "Oh my God." I messaged my mom. I hadn't told her anything about what was going on. She knew nothing. And I just played one of Miss Mandy's live streams. She goes, "Oh my God, she is the most fake person I've ever seen." And all you have to do, right? Yeah, we all have our good times and bad times, right? Like for the most part, I'm very jovial and I have a good laugh, and that's how I like to live my life. I like to have a chill time and try to not be stressed, even though I am a stressor. I stress about everything, but I try to be fun and happy all the time. Sometimes I might be a bit cranky or whatever, but it's when you get somebody like this who is on a live stream and it's like, "Oh, hey guys, you know, I'm such a happy, sweet Southern girl, and God is my savior." And then she's coming in there calling Shiz a dirty whore. Whatever she might think about Shiz, or whatever you might think about Shiz. For example, I'm just using her as an example because everybody knows who she is, right? Who she is. That's not a nice way to talk about any woman, especially from another woman, and especially from a woman who claims to be a Christian, God-fearing Christian, and all the rest of it. Like, you know me, guys, like the religion side of things, I don't care personally. But if somebody claims to be of a certain religion and act in that way, then, you know, that's what you expect. And so when you see her act in that way, I don't blame you for being confused. Like, you saw the way she acted in my live stream. I assume, I don't know if you were there last night for the live call, I mean. And she just went off. And I did in response because I was so angry. I was like, how fucking dare you come in here and raise your voice to me, bitch? Misty Eye Girl was gifted a membership. Ben Darling was. Vlad Impaler was. This charming manatee was gifted one. And Colin, definitely not Feckin' Cromwell, was gifted one. Thank you so much, Lindy Lou, for the 5 memberships. And I will get to those super chats here in a minute. But anyway, just to get back to what I was saying there, like, I totally get it, right? If you are somebody who's, you know, lonely or going through a difficult time in life, I'm so sorry, my throat. And somebody love bombs you or friend bombs you. And this is exactly why I think this is exactly why she does this and why she chooses certain individuals to do it to. Because when she love bombs somebody, especially somebody who's going through some shit or maybe is lonely, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's like, I often admit it, there are times where I feel really lonely, or I feel depressed or down, or whatever the case may be. It doesn't matter, whatever it is. There's no shame in that. And I know there's somebody here in the side chat. If she wants to make herself known, she's more than welcome to. I know she went through a serious issue with this in her life, where she was love bombed, would do anything for that person, and then once their usefulness was gone, dumped. And I can understand certain people falling for it, no matter how intelligent you are. If you're in a bad frame of mind or whatever, and somebody's love bombing you or friend bombing you, then it's easy to take that. It's easy to take that bait. It's easy to take that hand that maybe you've been missing. So I totally get it. I totally get it. And I kind of felt the same response from Epiphanies. Now, you two might turn around and be like, "Oh yeah, I was only joking. Fuck you. We love Mandy. Fine." Or whatever. Like, it won't be a loss to me in that respect. But it takes a lot of courage to look at somebody that you thought was this great person and sit back and realize, you know what? You know, it's okay to be wrong about them. That's not any shade on you. That's not anything you've done wrong. That's on them for trapping somebody and making them feel like, you know, oh, I'm this type of person. And then you come to the realization that they're not. That's not your fault. And somebody say, how did you not see the red flags? But sometimes we don't. Sometimes we don't. Take a shot from, you know what? I will. I'll take a shot for you. Sláinte. Absolutely. But yeah, there you go. Like, sometimes we fall for it. I have in the past. We all do. It happens in life, you know. Like, I'd never fall for her bullshit because I'm aware of it, and my mind is kind of geared that way anyway. But as I say, if you're a lonely person, or if you're not a very confident person, or you yearn for friendships and maybe find it hard to communicate and find friends or whatever the case may be. And next thing, this person that comes across as a very sweet little Southern lady, and don't get me wrong, I fucking love me some Southern ladies. They're adorable. Southern belles with the cute voice and everything. Don't get me wrong. Of course, I get it. Somebody like that comes along, makes you feel great, and you then kind of think, oh, they can do no wrong. This fucking loud, brash Irish prick over here is obviously the one in the wrong. Or he's just trying to, get at her because she's so nice. I get it. And you did nothing wrong by thinking that way, genuinely. Now, a lot of people go, no, fuck him. He should have used his brain. Look back to a time in all of your lives and really assess it for a minute and think, has there been a time in my life where I've been completely stupid and fell for something? Yes, absolutely. I've been there. Over the past few years, multiple times. And it's in times where I'm exhausted, or I go through these periods of it makes me sound like I'm bipolar, but I'm not. I thought I had bipolar 2, but I don't know. Maybe I do. Where, I would have massive ups and downs, but not like super extreme. But usually I'd be at a pretty good level. I might be a bit elated, a bit more some days over others, and then I'd have my bad days. Everybody does. But for me, I could have a bad week or a bad month sometimes. And usually it's because my sleep patterns have always been bad my whole life. Or it could be I'm not eating well, or it could be something else. You never know. And you do, it's easier to fall into those traps when you're feeling down and you're feeling lonely and feeling unwanted, and it's understandable. Yeah, we've all been there, Nikki Red. Absolutely, we have. And there's no shame in that. There's no shame if that's like you might be saying to me, oh yeah, that's real cute and all, but that's not what this is about. And that's fine. Like, that's okay. I'm just saying generally. And just from what you're describing, it fits the MO, right? This, you find somebody who's a bit vulnerable, who needs a friend, you love bomb them, you friend bomb them, so that when you need backup, you got them. And that's what I'm looking at right now, to be honest with you. But the random man says, my dad has a saying, sometimes you get caught in a shitstorm and can't see the way out because you're in the middle of the shitstorm. The only way out of it is to step back and watch. And that's true. And it's okay for you. And I'm sure I might be totally wrong. I might be reading you totally wrong here, but I'm just saying this is a general thing, right? Like, if you step back from this whole situation, right? Think about all of the things that have been said, not just by me, but by everybody, and by Adam's mom, of all people, whatever about what I say, his mom. And look at the whole situation and then ask yourself, why would somebody lie about these things? And sometimes that question alone can be worse because you kind of go, well, why would they? Well, obviously they didn't then. Because you want to believe, of course you do. You want to believe your friend. And that's easily done, and I wouldn't blame anybody for it. But if you do take a look, right, if you step back, look at the bigger picture, look at your situation. I'm speaking specifically to you, Random Mando. Look at your situation and think, does this line up with what's been going on? This has happened with a lot of other guys. And I know she says, oh, you make those claims, but you never prove it. Out of respect for those people who've asked that it not be done, is my understanding. Now, there might be some other people out there that will release all that, and that's fine. That's totally up to them. I don't know enough about it. I wasn't involved in that side of it enough to really know what was going on. But you're the exact kind of target. And it might not be intentional. She might not look at you and go, oh yeah, you're my next target. It could be just a habit. It could be just a way that this is done. So I would just say, proceed with caution. Whatever about what was said the other night, you might be blowing smoke up my ass, pretending to be friendly on her behalf or whatever. I don't know. I'll accept your apology at face value, 100%, absolutely. And I respect those apologies. Of course I do. But as a fellow human being, regardless of anything that was said or any possibilities of what might or might not be going on here, I would just ask you to proceed with caution. Protect yourself, look after yourself, and be careful. There's a lot of good fucking people out there to be friends with. And if you look at the whole situation, I've seen before that you've sent her money and stuff like that. Fine. You super chat to have it read out and everything. That's great. And you're supporting the creator and everything. Fantastic. What have you received in return? Being dragged into drama. The whole of the fucking internet can't be wrong. You know what I mean? and his mom and his sister and me. All right. Take my word for what it's worth. As I say, a lot of people don't like me, and I hate that. I wish everybody did. Of course, we all do. But that's not the way life is. And I always say to people, don't take my word for it. Look at it yourself. Look at the whole scenario as a whole and ask yourself, have I been played here? Now, there might also be absolutely no end game to you being played, let's say. It could just be that you just got drawn into it and go, holy shit, how did I not see this? And that's okay. You don't even need to admit it. You just admit it to yourself. If that's what you feel, don't take my word for it. Take a step back, have a look at it all and say, was I fucking wrong here? I had to do that myself a lot of times over the past few months. Honest to God. Because people were pointing shit out to me and I was like, no, fuck you. I do what I do because of the way I do it, and blah, blah, blah. And then when I came back and looked at it, I could identify that, yes, there is a reason why I maybe did certain things a certain way that I wouldn't now do. But I still need to identify why those things were wrong to myself at the very least. And I did. And that could be anything from your diet to this kind of shit. You know what I mean? So anyway, sorry for my little rant. It's very important to me. I've just, because of all of this, I've seen now a few men, and in particular one that I loved and respected quite a bit, fall foul of this kind of thing. And I just don't want it to happen to anybody else. And that's the only reason that I wanted to do this publicly. Otherwise, I would have just thrown shade at her and had a laugh about it. But this is deeper than that. That's why, and it might have shocked and annoyed some people that when she came on the stream tonight, I didn't shout at her. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't try to talk over her. I held her in line and I wanted her to answer my questions for a very good reason. Because it's very, 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 very important that this does not happen to anybody else. And on that, I just want to clarify again, as I said to Mandy and as I've said to everybody else, I am not going to sit here and blame her for what happened. Despite what she might say, you will not hear me say that. But I will not deny that it could be a massive contributing factor to a lot of the difficulties that he experienced. So there's a big difference there. I'm not saying that she is the cause. She might not have anything to do with it at all. It could be because of something totally unrelated. But this happens all the time. This happened to other people as a result of this particular woman. And it happens because of other men. It happens because of other women. Like it's across the board. This happens. So anyway, sorry for the rant. I just wanted to get it out there so that you understood my genuine internal position on this. All jokes and fucking everything else aside, it is very, very, very important to me that fellas out there protect themselves against these crazy bitches, frankly. Because bitches be crazy. Now, dudes be crazy too, but these bitches be crazy, crazy. So I hope that clears that up. And I'm sorry if I went on a bit long there, but maybe it just gets people to understand my point of view on it. It's not about going at Mandy. It's not about having a laugh and doing a troll, even though the troll was epic, if I do say so myself. It's about stopping the shit from happening to other people as best I can. So anyway, I hope I cleared that up. Read the Room Chippercrit for $10 says, I call a bullshit on the doctor's appointment at 5 p.m. Unless it could have been one of those medi-call fucking things, or maybe a late night doctor's. But the fact of the matter is she was in a side chat. But somebody did say that it could have been one of those phone call ones, and hello. And that could be after hours, maybe. I'm not sure. Lindy Lou, thank you so much for a whopping 100 Aussie dollars. Says, here, hey, babe. Oh, wait, you're incapacitated at the moment. Incapacitated. Possum. We have got to tell people the story about what happened with you and Lucy in the taxi. No. You don't have to do it tonight. You can do it when you come on my stream during the weekend. You can tell people the story about what happened in the taxi. It's fucking... You told my dad, so you may as well tell everybody else. It was fucking priceless. You should take off that cape and the rubber boots. The one point that stands out in the interview was show your PayPal. Yeah, I think if you see that as the only thing that came out on this whole thing that was of issue, you may not have watched it close enough, my friend. Good try. Good try. Oh my god, that is fucking priceless. 2 seconds here. I do. No, just somebody asked earlier how our Valentine's Day was. And I said, all right, it started off really well. Because I surprised you in the morning with what? I didn't go all out this time. I did last year. Do you have a ciggy already? Candy.
Well, sweets.
Chloe's from Tipperary, California. Why do I feel like there should be a third one here?
Because of Lucy.
Who? Say it.
It's Lucy's.
Lucy's. Yeah, it has been a long stream. But yeah, we had a lovely Valentine's morning.
Yeah, that was.
And then the shit hit the fan basically, and it all started getting out of control. And you didn't really see me for the whole day, did you?
No.
Yeah. But Lindy Lou sent 100 Aussie dollars and says, "Here, take Chloe out for a nice dinner."
Oh, that's
Isn't it so sweet? Thank you so much, Lindy Lou. That's outrageously kind, actually. But thank you so much indeed. I did quit the cigs, Daisy. But I didn't. No, that's not quite true. I didn't quit them. I kind of partially quit them, and then I kind of went back on them again a little bit, a lot. Not too bad, but yeah, it was Lucy's fault. Basically, is what I'm saying.
Oh,
no, in fairness, it wasn't Lucy's fault. It was Ryanair's fault with their fucking really cheap cigarettes.
No, it was Ryanair's fault with their stressful fucking.
Deb says, yes, Stephen, please take her out. She's so sweet and patient about all this. You have actually, I must say, thank you as well. No, I must say, you have been incredibly patient over this past month, because obviously I had to just get up and go in the middle of the night after literally nearly burning the house down and missing flights and all of that shit. So thank you for being so patient. I know it's not easy.
Oh, you are very welcome.
Thank you. That was very businesslike, but okay.
I didn't mean
I appreciate it. You are welcome.
No, you're welcome. I didn't do much, but
oh, shut up. You always say that. You always say that. You can't build your happiness from somebody else's misery. That's actually really nice. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Mom always said, if you have nothing nice to say,
then fuck off.
Then don't.
All right. Okay. Close enough. I hope she sees that, because that was fucking brilliant. We had a lovely day with your mom and your brother yesterday, actually. Yeah. They're so sweet. But yeah, no, I wouldn't imagine Mandy's going to come back on. I did ask Epiphanies if she would, and she said, I have no idea. I'm not planning to communicate with her anymore.
Oh.
But you're still in her voice chat, though, I think, at the moment, are you? Or is that just you guys talking it out, or what's the story there? But she'll let me know anyway. Yeah. Yeah.
We all believe people that we want to believe at times.
That's I was just saying that.
It's okay to.
It's okay to, and it's not even. And this is what I was trying to explain to people. It's not even about saying, it's okay to be wrong, because it's not your fault if somebody's pulling the wool over your eyes and taking, somebody who's in a bad position, using those insecurities and using them for.
I will just say one thing.
Go for it. It's not like you, but go on.
Mandy. I'm not one for name calling or being harsh in that kind of way. I do think what she done is very wrong. But I will say, like, death threats and stuff like that are just.
That should never happen.
There's nothing that anybody could do or say that should warrant somebody being told to take their own life or anything like that. Yeah. And that's my thought.
I couldn't agree with you more. Like, no matter what she's done, and I'll be probably lambasted for this, as Julie would say. I think a lot of it was coming from a bad place. I gotta be honest. I'm not gonna say that she was misled or whatever, but I do think a lot of it comes from some very deep rooted, very serious mental health issues.
I think my own opinion would
Go
just
for
be
it.
that it might be a case of somebody who's a compulsive liar, and that's the worst kind of liar because they believe their own lies.
Exactly.
And I think she seemed really disorientated or disoriented. How do
It depends. Americans, I think, say disoriented, and we say disorientated.
Yeah.
I actually don't know if one of them is right
a
or
lot like that and very confused, which kind of put my blinkers up as maybe she might be coming to terms with the fact that
you saw the whole stream, right?
Yeah, that she's telling lies and now she doesn't know how to answer it. So she did look very shaken up a little bit, like she was questioning everything herself. And I'll give her that if I don't give her anything else.
I would respectfully disagree, because the impression I got was that she looked like she was scrambling for answers. Because,
like don't.
In fairness, I would just say, if I could pat myself on the back small bit here, she met her fucking match tonight.
Oh yeah, like don't think that I'm standing here.
No, of course. Oh no, I wouldn't, not for a minute.
That she doesn't deserve the heat or she doesn't deserve to be held accountable. But I think there's a right way to be held accountable, like what you did.
Yeah,
tonight.
well, yeah, I mean,
what you did tonight was the right way.
And I'll be honest, a lot of that was self-serving in some capacity too, in that I wanted her to stay on the stream to answer the questions.
Nothing wrong with
You know, it wasn't about clicks and views. It was literally about, let's actually get to it now and not have a shouting match about it, as much as I fucking want to do.
That's the right way to hold someone to the flame. Like, that's all I was trying to get.
Yeah.
Choose your words wisely, because mental health can be very fickle, and I would hate the idea to put anybody in a dark place.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. And I did try my best to give her an opportunity. We were so close to the end. I thought she was about to kind of.
You were very, very gracious.
I did try to genuinely be.
And
you know,
I thought you were very fair, but at the same time, there was times where I'm like, "Come on, give it to her."
Oh yeah, oh fuck yeah. And there was times where I was like, oh, I'm gonna fucking let loose here, and then I was like, you know what? No, I'll hold back because there's still more important questions to ask. Molly Biddy said, Southern Cork. Yes, I am a Cork man, true and true. The real capital of the People's Republic of Cork. And Chloe comes from the arsehole of the country, Southern Tipperary. Yeah, we might do a live at the weekend, will we, love? Yeah, that'd be nice, be good fun.
What I thought would be a great idea is us reacting to your comebacks in the comments, because sometimes people leave nasty comments and you do have some,
like the other day. Oh, some of my comeback, like that's one thing that I gotta say that I am good at. Like, you know, like if I can just blow my own trumpet on that one, I'm quick with the comebacks, right? So like there's a lot of them, but sometimes I'd be really nasty in response to what I perceive to be a nasty comment, because I love what I do and I take great pride in it. And yeah, there was a period of time where I definitely wasn't trying hard enough and was just getting through it. But I do love what I do and I take great pride in it.
And I think anybody that watches you can see how much you love being here and love chatting to everyone. Like, you can't fake that. You can't.
No, I genuinely love it. But like, the point being, when somebody is really nasty in a comment, like I don't mind constructive criticism, but it's something like, you need to shut up and do this. It was like, and I'm like, you know what? You need to shut up and fuck up. You know what I mean? Like I get like that sometimes. But then you started to push me to kind of be a bit more chill. And somebody said a nasty thing, not a nasty thing, but like a kind of a bit of a shitty comment the other day, that they didn't like my video and said that I was clickbaiting, which is something I fucking hate, is clickbait. So I was like, you know what, bitch, fuck. I was like, wait, no, let's try this a different way.
Wait,
so I did.
WWCD.
What would Chloe do? And so I sat back, I thought about it for a minute, and instead the way I responded was like a canned response. I'm very sorry that this video didn't meet your expectations, madam. I can understand maybe where you're coming from. If you were looking for something a bit more explosive, here's a link to another video. Have a look at it. Let me know what you think. And I hope this one will hit the mark for you. And she responded that she actually really liked that other video and she really appreciated me not snapping back. Then another guy the other day got it hard because I put something up on Discord about snapping back at somebody. So he intentionally left a shitty comment to see if I'd snap back at him. So I commented, I'm like, oh, sorry to hear that you feel that way. And then he messaged me and he goes, oh, really? No comeback? And I said, dude, if you want my comeback, you're going to have to scrape it off your mom's teeth.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. But he was asking for it, like in a good way. But did you hear my comeback last night to the guy that messaged me? He was like, so do you not have a real job? And I was like, yeah, I'm your mom's pimp. I thought that was fucking glorious if I do say so myself. All right, let me grab a few more of these super chats so we get the fuck out of here, and hopefully Chloe will make me some food. Jimmy G's been a member for 17 months, says, wow, Mandy is not who I thought she was. I've been getting that a lot over the past couple of weeks. PhD Tony said, Irish Demon, I think this may be defensive on Mandy's part. She may feel some level of responsibility and want else to blame. And I agree. I think a lot of it is having a fall guy, having a scapegoat. But in some respects, I think, you know, if she does feel guilty, that's fine. Feel guilty. But just be upfront about it. She was so close, man. Read the Room Hypocrite for $5 says, it's horrible being taken in by a narcissist. They steal your dignity and your soul, quite frankly. Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's what I was trying to get across to some people here earlier. Don't feel bad for that. Don't blame yourself for it. And I know there's the old adage, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on. You can't get shamed or you can't get fooled a second time. George Bush. But yeah, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. I get that, but sometimes it doesn't work that way. When people are in a vulnerable position. Xavius for $10 says, long time no see, Xavius. Great to see you. I'm headed to the beginning to listen. Much love, bud. You're a role model and a great friend to have. Don't let anyone tell you different. Thank you so much. That's very kind. I really do appreciate it. Read the Room Hypocrite for $20 says, John was referring to me. My ex took advantage of my desperate yearning for love. He took from me, and when he was satiated, he kicked me to the curb. I was vulnerable, and he love bombed me into financial bondage. Absolutely. And that breaks my fucking heart because, you know, obviously we know you so well, like personally in real life. And I know how much of a kind, sweet, just amazing person you are. And that's why when I see this kind of shit, it really, really, really bothers me. You know? I suppose I've been one of the lucky ones in life that I don't fall for that kind of stuff. And so it could be very easy to be dismissive and say somebody's stupid for falling for that kind of thing, but it's not. It happens. And thank you for sharing. I really appreciate that. That'll help people too. Xavius for $20 says, John and Chloe, thank you for being who you are. You make a lovely pair, and I wish you all the best. I hope that whatever the higher power sees fit to grant you both the serenity you deserve. Skull. I'm gonna have to give you a skull for that one. Or sláinte. Scalcha. Keeping the whiskey down now though, because I want to actually get up in the morning. Oh fuck, it is the morning. PhD Tony says, of course you do, you fucker. Chloe says, I didn't do much. Clearly she doesn't appreciate how heroic it is of her to protect the rest of womankind from you. There's not a lot that will put up with me in fucking fairness. Read the Room Hypocrite for $5 says, I miss my lit cigarette with demon saliva on the filter. Usually half lit because I try to light 3 of them at the same fucking time. Nikki Red says, in my opinion, what she did is unforgivable, but yeah, doxing or threats or anything like that is not okay. If you're doing that, you're worse than her. I could not agree more. She has tripped herself up and made a fool of herself, frankly. And I know that might sound harsh, but that's the reality. Enough. And she doesn't, you know, we don't need people doing things like that. That's not what I'm about. And I know it's not what most people are about. So don't do it. So, righto. And Aaron Reese says, look up the Japanese concept of mushin. Always approach a situation from a neutral state of mind. I think I have come across that. I saw it on a documentary somewhere. Is part of that the silence thing where you just sit back for a minute and think? Is that thing? I think I'll have to look into it properly though. But anyway, lads and lassies, it was quite a night. I'm glad though that it's brought a lot of closure to a lot of people. I hope that Mandy will see the error of her ways and move on from it. I really do. I think maybe that might be a bit of wishful thinking, to be quite honest. But, you know, hopefully she'll see that this was not a good idea, that she needs to look at herself, look at her life, and realize that this can't continue. It's not good for her. It's not good for anybody around her. It's bad for her family. It's bad for everybody. And it just needs to stop. There's no winners in these things, frankly. But anyway, lads and lassies, again, thank you so very, very much indeed for joining me tonight. And we will catch you all very, very soon. Sláinte.